Alrighty, here I am. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the stream here. I certainly hope you guys are doing great today, because I'm doing pretty good myself. And what is going on, guys, today? It is Friday, and for some reason my computer's been acting up a little bit, but I think I got everything under control, so hopefully this will go well here. As a matter of fact, I forgot one other thing. I don't know why, but for some reason I have been forgetting to actually put up my cell phone. So if anyone doesn't know, I use my cell phone to actually monitor myself just to make sure that the stream's coming through okay and things like that. I know you can do that through the mod settings, but, you know, it does happen. What is up, Fenton? I see you guys in the chat there. If you guys want to chat along with me, go ahead and throw it. I usually try to keep track of the ones on Twitch, so if you guys want to chat with me there, that is the best place to do it. But let me go ahead and you can actually hear the game in the background. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name's Fryer, or Robbie, as a lot of people call me. We've been playing this game called Evil Genius, and I've got it pulled up here. You can actually hear it in the background here. You pull the game up here. The game will load for a second. It's a little bit an older game, and it's a great game. If you're a big fan of James Bond, Austin Powers, things like that, this is probably the game. This is like Dr. Evil, the game. And we've been playing this for the last couple of streams here. And I'll go ahead and load in. And I'll tell you what I was doing, because if you remember last time, we had some issues with people dying. But we got it sorted out, and so I was going to do some training. And I've actually was training some minions up to send back out into the world so we can continue our world domination. But here's the problem. While in the middle of that, one of the super agents popped up, and if you guys are new, I also like to explain the game a little bit. The super agents, they only can be killed certain ways. These are your James Bonds, these are your Jason Bournes, your people like that. And unfortunately, we found one came to the island while I was doing all the training off stream, and I captured her. So what do we do now? Well, we got to take out the super agent, and that's I think what we're going to open up with. So if you can see here, my evil lair here. We've actually pretty much nothing's changed. We got a couple of upgrades. We got the flamethrower racks. We can have flamethrowers on our people. We've got I'm trying to think what else today. I got the auto surgeon. I got some other silly stuff I don't really pay attention to. But there is Mariana Mamba stuck in one of my cells, and we are going to take her out. Yes, we are going to interrogate her. And it's actually one of our objectives. So we can look over here in the optional objectives. So we can defeat Mariana Mamba. We can strap her to an infirmary chair, and hopefully that will take her out. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And that is that's going to be our interrogation chair. It's not the real one. That is our infirmary. We'll actually watch. Now, because this is a super agent, our evil genius, Maximilian here, will waddle his way down to the infirmary. And, well, he's going to actually, he's going to watch as the first of the 5 super agents, because there is 5 in total, is taken out. Now, we actually do have some research here, so I'm going to go ahead and get that, because research is always nice. Don't know why one of the biochemists is actually taking her down to, interrogation, but hey. Double check, make sure the rest of the base is going okay. There's no agents snooping around, because there is. So besides super agents, there is normal. There actually is normal agents, but they aren't as good. But you can kind of tell that. But it seems like we're doing okay. We don't have anybody out in the world right now, because I was kind of waiting for people to train, and that is always nice. I have to look at that one because I don't know. I have to look at the research guide for that one because I don't know what I have for that one. But we might as well watch this one because, you know, it's a once-in-a-game event, so it is kind of unique. You already see Maximilian is here waiting. And the reason we're playing this game is that the new one actually comes out on March 30th. So we're hoping to get this game done first, and then we'll move on to the next one. But here we go. The defeat of Mariana Mamba. It's a long time coming. This also game's a little bit cartoonish, a little bit. So it's more of like Austin Powers-esque game. And there we go. The defeat of Mariana Mamba. She is now Balloon Mamba. I really don't know what that, but she will no longer be a nuisance in our side. So that's always kind of fun. And now she'll run around the base for a little bit and then run back home, having been defeated soundly. So, let's get on with the rest of our day, because, you know, taking out super agents is only part of my job. The other part's trying to take over the world. And to do that, well, we need to get some more Acts of Infamy up. Now, so we kind of show you one half of this game. This is kind of the base building. This is our lair. And we pretty much well got this built out. If you guys are curious, if you want to watch the rest of them, they're all on YouTube right now, except for Wednesday's stream, because I haven't quite had the chance to upload that one yet. But here is the rest of the world. You can see it's been split up into 5 different sections. We have Patriot, which covers North America, Canada, well, North America, and Japan. We have Smash, which takes care of South America, North Africa, the Middle East, and Madagascar. Saber, which takes care of Europe, Australia, and Southern Africa. And Hammer, which takes care of pretty much what was left of Russia, Eastern Bloc of Europe, and Cuba. So that is... Oh, I also have one more. I forgot. We actually have Anvil, which is pretty much the rest of Asia. It's China and the Polynesias. And we're trying to take over the world. All these little dots out here, if you see those, these are actually little flags here. And some of them are people. These are what they call Acts of Infamy. One of my favorites right here, it's called Obliterate Nashville. We've already done that. So officially, Nashville in my game is no longer exists. You can read this. These are all rather hilarious. Whoever wrote the Acts of Infamy things is a bit of a little crazy. Like this one's called Out Clubbing. This one is a famous nature documentarist is doing a documentary in Alaska, and in the background we're clubbing baby seals. That's how this game goes. It's fantastic, by the way. So I was looking over here. We actually have quite a few things we can actually take over here. And one of them is actually this antique cannon. Why would we want to steal it? I don't know. It's from the first ever performance of the 1812 Overture. I know some people are in choir and band. They know exactly what that is. It's a great little piece of music. It was the first cannon ever fired in that concerto. And so I want to steal it because I can. So I'm going to need a couple scientists. Let's see. I need scientists. I need 3 mercenaries. And I need 8 workers. And I don't have enough workers. Yikes. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the Middle East and start stealing some stuff. So what we can do, we actually have 3 modes. If you can see here, we have hiding, stealing, and plotting. Stealing's kind of interesting. It's really just stealing money from people. You have plotting, which is actually trying to find more Acts of Infamy. Usually that's what our scientist does. And then we have hiding. Any person can do hiding. Essentially, if there's an agent there, we don't want them to find our people. So we put them into hiding for a little bit. We're going to put a diplomat and a playboy out there. What those are going to do is the mercenaries are really great at stealing. That's what they do. But the playboy and the diplomat actually can't steal anything. However, if you see up here, we have this heat bar. Now this heat bar, if it gets too high, they're going to send agents after us. And the higher that heat bar is the better the agents they'll send after us. Kind of makes some sense. As you can see here, we do actually have an agent, which is marked by this red dot here. Now, this guy is a pathetic smash agent. So we actually know pathetic, it means he's the lowest tier. A smash, it means he's from the smash territory and he's an agent. So what he's trying to do is trying to find things that would suggest that we have an evil organization going on here. I gotta click off the screen real quick just to get the guide up. Let me do that really quick. The game looks like it's going to be paused for just a moment. Let me get this like that, so I can still see all the research and stuff like that. Let's see, let's do that. It's kind of hard. Usually I've seen people do this with like 3 or 4 screens. I've got 2, so I'm trying to squeeze about 3 monitors worth of stuff onto 2 screens, and that really didn't work out as well as I thought it would. But all right, so we can look here. So this is actually our research panel. If we want to get new technologies or anything like that, we actually have to go here. And so now I'm looking for the nuclear reactor. I've got a guide pulled up on the other side. So to get the giant magnet trap, I need the environmental chamber, which is this one. And I need to get the centrifuge. Let's go. Now you heard our little. Actually, it's actually called number 2. If you've watched Austin Powers, you know you have your number 1, number 2. That's ours is a female. It's kind of cool. But this is also stuff. So if you actually heard her, we actually got something in the depot, or the depot, as they say. That means we got something new. And once we click out of here, it'll actually show us what we got. So this is actually the something. I don't remember what this thing's called. Communications array. Communications array. We need the AI and the centrifuge, which is the AI computer and the centrifuge. We hit go. So actually, you see here, we got the money madness trap. So what we can actually do, and I haven't done this yet. I kind of want to do this because it seems like a really fun thing to do. I want to set up a few traps. And now, if you know of any, if you played Dungeons and Dragons, or you watch any like good spy movies, they always have some traps that the agents have to get through. 9 times out of 10, the bad agents always get caught, and it's fantastic. So let's go ahead and actually start setting up some traps, because we actually have quite a few of the more advanced traps, and I think it's time to actually start using a few of them. And so what do some of these traps do? Well, some of them will actually electrocute them to death. Some will burn them, cut them up. I don't have any sharks with lasers on their head yet, but you know, we do have this one. This is the money madness trap. So what does this do? Well, it looks like an ATM machine. Or like a gambling machine. And essentially they're kind of confused. Like, why in the world is this thing? And they hit it, and all of a sudden money just shoots out everywhere. Loyalty goes down. They start stuffing it in their pockets. It's fantastic. Here's the thing, though. It's totally fake, number 1. But I don't think I need to have a laser trip beam for this one. I could be wrong about that. But you know what? That is a fun one. However, I think we're going with something a little more sinister. Because, you know, evil genius. You got to do something a little more sinister. What I like to do is actually do a double one. So you see here, we got saw blades. I don't know if I'm going to use saw blades, but saw blades are not a bad one. Santa's chimney trap is actually not a bad one either. So what you can do something like this. I don't think I can put one there. However, what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to put essentially 2 small jet engines. And I'm putting, I don't know which one's better. Probably the more expensive one's better. Not that it's true. But now I can go into what they call link mode. And what I can do is I can actually set this up to where when somebody trips the motion sensor, that is not one of our minions. So right here. Right now, it's going to first trigger. Once this goes off, this is going to trigger the jet engines. The jet engines are hot. They're not going to kill them, though. But now I can actually link the jet engines to this chimney trap. So, in theory, if this works correctly, once they hit the motion sensor here, they'll actually be pushed, or they'll walk forward. They'll hit the jet engines, be pushed into here, which is a open door chimney, essentially. They get sent down into a burning pit. Oh, and I've lost one of my people. So you can see here, we have an agent of justice out here. They're trying to kill our people. Put them into hiding. They won't be able to be killed anymore. We'll just have to train a new minion there. This is actually where there's some fun stuff you can do with this. I've seen people do like 3 or 4, like they set off 3 or 4 different traps at once. And that's a bit lucrative, or a bit sinister, and it's fantastic. So yeah, it's we're going to play around with this a little bit more, but this is what we're going to start with. We actually have a really long hallway over here that agents just love to walk in for some reason. So I'm just going to go ahead and execute them. But we can actually do a lot more over here, and I think we can plan it a little bit better, and we'll see how that goes. As you can see here, this is actually the lava chamber that we're actually in right now. But we do actually, since we actually do have an objective we want to do. And so our whole goal is to take over the world. Well, the next thing we have to do is, I have to go over here. I've already defeated Mariana Mamba, so we can go over here to the road to Doomsday. So what this is, actually, we have to go steal what they call the Codex of Knowledge. Now, what the Codex of Knowledge is actually, we actually, in the previous stream, we actually got a bunch of information on 3 different devices to end the world. Kind of thing. Well, take over the world, I should say. Technically, it does end the world in some cases, but we won't get into semantics there. And so now we need some way to actually put them all together, or put the 3 items together. Well, the Codex of Knowledge will know how to do that. Well, the problem is, number one, it's in Siberia. We have to go steal it. The other thing is that none of our scientists have any idea how to use the thing, which is fair. However, we actually know of 5 scientists in the world that can, so we have to go kidnap them. Well, kidnap them, we have to persuade them to come help us. And what I mean by persuade, some of them are more willing than others. We'll get into that later. But it seems like we're doing okay for now. Nothing's kicking off or anything. We don't have any fights going on, I should say. Let's see, what do we got going on here in the world here? We got our people stealing, which the agent's gone now, so we can get back to stealing. We're making about $8,800 every minute, so that's not too bad. And I actually see some other pawns out here in the world. So if we click over here, we actually have this one. This is actually another super agent. This is actually Jet Chan. I'll kind of give you, if you guys can get an idea of where that might have come from, you get an idea. Kind of a Jackie Chan kind of thing. He is the super agent for the Anvil section. We actually met the one for this area. There she is, Katarina Frostnova. Think of like Black Widow kind of thing. She's actually a bit of a pain in the butt. And actually, the rest of these, they actually don't tell you how to actually defeat them right away. You actually have to figure that out on your own. I know how to do it because I've defeated all of them, except for one, which you can't defeat. So that's kind of nice. And then the last one we met was actually Dirk Masters. Kind of a Rambo-style character. He actually carries 2 machine guns with him. How he does that, not really sure. Don't really want to know how. But there is a way to defeat him that actually is kind of neat. But the one we haven't met is actually the one that is probably the most normal of them all. And it's a name called John Steele. And think about James Bond in like a white suit. That's pretty much John Steele. He actually is from Saber, so kind of makes some sense. And so we have to, the only way we can defeat him, which there is a way to defeat him. The only way you can do that though is at the end, your doomsday plot actually has to go into space, no matter which one you do. The only way to defeat him is you actually have to strap him to the rocket as it goes up. It is fantastic, and I want to do that during this playthrough. We do have some more research we can do. Got a nuclear generator, so we got the charge cannon trap, so we can get the impact stress. Ooh, we got to click on that first. Impact stress analyzer. Ooh, I did something wrong. The environmental chamber. I bet you that's what I did. I clicked on the wrong one. That would be an issue. Let's go there, but this is... Ooh. Let's see here. This is the biochemical training place. We can actually get one of these. It actually is another trap. That's what this symbol is. This is actually near the greenhouse for this one. And this one, Satan's chimney trap. Let's see here. Impact stress analyzer. So we click on this. Impact stress analyzer. Centrifuge and the laser go with that. We actually get the misdirection trap. So essentially it puts up a this way kind of sign. Bit cartoony, but it's actually, this is a very, it's a rated T game, so it's a little bit, it can be a little more crude. I think it's what it's actually listed for as crude humor. Crap, they're about to blow up that nuclear generator. Well, I can't have that. So what I'm doing is actually going to one of my henchmen. And what do these henchmen do? Well, they're kind of like, this is like Oddjob. Or, for some reason, Oddjob's the only one I can think of. You can see here, very quickly, they're dead. I actually have 5 of them now. Jubei is my first one I had. He's a samurai. Very nice one to have. I have this guy. He's actually a hypnotist. Not really a big fan of him, but he's actually not terrible as a character. If you hear that music, it means something's going down. That means a super agent's actually on our island. And when that happens, right now, we don't know how to defeat Jet Chan. Actually, there he is. The only way we can do this is actually what we call psychological weakening. And what that is that our social minions, our valets, our spin doctors, our playboys, and the diplomats will actually just try to distract him. Essentially, that's the entire thing we're going to do. Until we can figure out how to defeat him, which is a little bit later on. Back to my henchmen, though. Hold on, I got something come up. Oh, Payson, thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate it. For reason, I didn't come up in the number one. That was loud in my ears. I'm like, ooh, a little bit of a scare, but that's okay. Yeah, thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Let's see here. We got some agents snooping around. Just some. It's bad enough where I play this game. I know these are actually Anvil burglars without even looking. Now, what rank they are is a little bit different, but you know. Let me get this research done while I'm thinking about it. The flamethrower. Oh, what do we got now? Casco, thank you for the follow there. I really do appreciate it. It gets me up to 54, I believe, so always nice. Now I just got to worry about the... I think I've talked about this a little bit. So really, I'm trying to go for a Twitch... shoot. It's not the partner, which would be cool if I could ever get there. But there's an affiliate, so that's kind of the beginning step. The only thing I'm missing right now is trying to get that watch time. I have to average 3 people a stream. It's kind of the issue, and I can average about 2 right now. I think that's where I'm at, like 1.8, 1.9 right now. I need to get that to 3. Oh, I just lost somebody out in the world. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hide those people, because, oh, I actually need to get back to hiding there. Forgot those guys were out there. That does happen. I'm a little forgetful. It happens. But let's do the research first, because we were just going through the henchmen, kind of showing those guys off, and also got some stuff here. We need the greenhouse and the laser. Greenhouse and laser, go. Henchmen, though. So we actually have the hypnotist. We have this. Think of late 1800s English explorer. Like, his name's Colonel Blackheart. We found him in Africa. He's got a pet monkey that follows him around. He's a cool character. He actually, one of his special moves, you actually have, if you look at the bottom right here, he's got some special moves. This one, he actually throws his monkey at somebody with a stick of dynamite, and it's fantastic. And Fenton, this can be a very confusing game. It's actually, the tutorial is actually really good in this game, and I've played this game. I think I got this game when I was in 6th or 7th grade. So I've had this game for years, and I love it, and I cannot wait for the second one to come out. So it's just kind of, I guess, years of playing this game, I've kind of figured out what to do. Oh, it is funny. And it's the funny thing, too, with Colonel Blackheart, if he's low on health, what he does to regenerate health is he plays with his monkey. Like, he plays patty cake with his monkey. It is the funniest thing to see. Let's see here. I'm going through there. So the next one is, this is the Butcher. The Butcher of, I think it's called St. Petersburg. Let me look here. His name is the Butcher. Now this guy, bit of a nutcase. He's a surgeon. And, you know, it's a little bit off there, but he's actually really good, very good melee. I do like him for that. So if I'm cycling through here, next one of Jubei, he's our samurai, kind of very nice, very typical. Then one of my favorites of all times, and this is a little hard. This guy's name's Eli Barracuda. As you can tell, he's from New York. The fro does help quite a bit. He just carries a Magnum revolver. That's pretty much his whole thing, and he punches people. But he's one of the best characters, I think, personally. He's rather nice. He's got, essentially, his big thing's a headshot. It's one hit, one kill. It's fantastic. One of the best range guys. The only one I don't have that I would like to get, it's a guy named Red Ivan. Now, Red Ivan, from Siberia, let me hide these people first. He can be a bit of a loose cannon. And what I mean by a loose cannon, what I mean by loose cannon is that he actually has a rocket launcher and is not afraid to shoot at anything. And what I mean by anything, I've seen him launch rockets in a nuclear power plant like this one. Not even care. Set everything on fire, blow everything up. It's fine. But that's Red Ivan for you. And actually, if you're a big fan of this game, or if you're interested in this game, it's only like $10 on Steam if you're really curious about this game. It's actually a very fun game. The new one is coming out March 30th. Red Ivan actually gets promoted from a henchman to an evil genius. You see here we're playing as Maximilian. There actually is 2 other ones. Oh, alright, hold on. There actually is... We got some tourists in here and some agents. Oh, well. Oh! Whoops! Ooh, boy. That was a tourist. Not supposed to happen to them. But hey, we know the trap works. So yay, you know, it's a little... It's more of a yikes, but, you know, it happens. But hey, you know, traps work. We saw them work. So I'm happy about that. So I've got this hallway here, and people are kind of, maybe someone is kind of curious, what am I doing with that? Well, besides having our evil organization and taking over the world, there also is something else we could do with the rest of our base. And that's what we're going to work on today, or at least one of the things I wanted to work on today. Because we can't always be evil. We've got a hotel we can set up. And so, to kind of hide your nefarious deeds, you actually can set up a hotel and casino and in this tropical paradise and make some money off of it. And so that's why that's one of the things I wanted to do today. So you can see here, I've got, this will be the kind of the lobby of the hotel. We got the Venus flytrap. All right, look at that. It's actually like a big plant that you can actually send after people. Rather fun. But yeah, this is actually going to be our hotel eventually. I want to resize this just a tiny bit. And let's see here. Do 4 on each side here. It's going to be a little expensive, but you know, it's the only hotel on the island. People are going to have to pay for luxury. It's kind of how it works sometimes. And yes, you can make money off this, actually quite a bit of money. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to build this, is that it also helps with heat. So, you know, an agent comes to the island and they're like, oh, we're looking for this evil base. You know, this evil genius, and all of a sudden they're at a hotel and casino. And that actually is a very possible, that's actually something you can do. Oh, Jet Chain decided to come in, and every one of my social media started to run down there. Oop, hold on, nope, yeah, they're, we'll take care of those guys here in just a moment. But essentially, there actually have been times where, like, an agent was, you know, on a mission to try to find this, and then all of a sudden we psychologically weaken them enough, they just go to the hotel and go gamble at the casino. Easiest way to get rid of agents. You know, it's actually not too bad. So the other thing, I thought we had to build hotel rooms. Hold on. Oh, there they are. So these are kind of take you up or down into your hotel room. So we need a couple of those set up there. And we'll get a fire extinguisher. You know, got to keep up with health code. We're an evil genius. Why do we have to keep up with health code? Just saying, it might help. You know, I've always, I was watching that video on, oh shoot, what is the VinWiki. They were talking about doing the Cannonball Run records, which if you don't know what the Cannonball Run is, go look it up. Number one, it's a great movie. Number two, it is one of the most well-known street races in the world. But there was a saying that he did. He goes, the biggest thing you can't do is don't break the law while you're trying to break the law. Kind of the idea is don't do something stupid, like in this case would be, you know, or in that case would be, it was during the pandemic, if you were kind of curious. They were actually, because when everybody was in lockdown, no one was traveling. Oh, Prometheus's Revenge, that's a pretty neat one. But during lockdown, nobody was traveling, and because of that, there was hardly anybody on the highways. Well, people got the bright ideas, hey, we can do the New York to LA speed record, and see, with nobody out there, it's going to be even faster. And it got broken, I think, 5 times in 2 weeks. It is just something like crazy. Now, I don't think that was the official times. What I mean by that is there actually is about 7 or 8 different records. Normally, there's one for the actual, it's called the Cannonball. And there's the diesel one, there's the electric one, there's, you know, 4-cylinder class. I mean, there are like different classes of racing almost. But like every one of those records got broken. And it's actually rather funny. So, you know, so as they say, don't break the law, we're trying to break the law. It's like, well, we got to keep up with the fire code while we're trying to take over the world. Maybe we'll get rid of fire codes once we take over the world, but, you know, it's okay. So we're setting up our casino here. And so this is one of the reasons I wanted to put this hallway in. Because then now I do actually have a link between my evil base and our hotel. So our social minions can very easily get in and out of the hotel and casino without actually having to go through or going outside. It's kind of the idea, at least. So let's set it up here. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've only been in a casino once, and it was for a job fair. Why? That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But I know the more people we can kind of squeeze in here, the better it'll be. Let's see, a Bacard. Is it? It was Baccarat. I'm like, it's not Bacard. I'm like, what is that? But Baccarat tables. I think something like this. I think something like that would be a nice little casino. Plenty of room for people to spend their money at. At least I think so. And let's see here. We got one more place we can do is actually a lounge. Now this is, I mean, essentially just a bar and a little dance floor. You know, we could put all of that in here. I think it'll look rather nice once we get it all done. Keep getting more and more stuff, and it is the funniest thing. I'd like to put it right there, but I don't think I can. Ooh, we've got the explosive palm tree trap. I don't think I've ever seen that one, to be honest with you. As many times as I've played this game, I should have seen pretty much everything by this point, but, you know, maybe not. I think something like this will do just nicely. Put our nice big dance floor right in the middle. And there we go. We've got a nice lounge. That'll be kind of our hotel, casino, and lounge. So that'll look really nice. At least I think it'll be nice. And so I think since we've got all this set up, we need to actually put an entrance to this place. And I like, see, if I had the camouflaged entrance, which would be kind of nice, but there we go. But there we go. I think once we put our entrance here, we can actually start construction on this. Let me go ahead and put the door up so I don't forget to. Essentially, they'll walk right in, right to the hotel. They can go left to the casino or right to the lounge. It's genius. Almost dastardly evil genius. And that is a terrible joke. We go back to stealing over here because we will need some more money while we build our casino. Because, I mean, each one of these tables are like $10,000 a piece. So like, ooh, a little expensive, to be sure. But just like the people of Jurassic Park, we have spared no expense. Let's go ahead and start working on the casino. We'll start working our way this way. Essentially, we'll do the entrance and this side first, and then we'll move on to the center portion of the hotel. Jet Chan's still here with all of my agents blocking him. There's a little bit of a glitch with the diplomats. For some reason, they just kind of get stuck in this animation. As to why, I'm not really sure, but it does happen. But at least then the agent is not actually running amok in my headquarters like these guys are. They won't be for very long, but they are running a bit of amok. I'm trying to think what else we can go out in the world. So let's, while we're looking for this Codex of Knowledge, we can actually start doing some of the acts of infamy we already have available here. We do have some. Well, we have the Sucker Trap, aka the Giant Magnet. There was one over here that I was looking at doing. It's called this Samurai Sword Swindle. I remember that. That's amazing. I do. So essentially, I'll even read through this one. What concerned me, though, oh, there's the Codex. Oh, hold on. That's one of the rogue scientists. So this is actually one of the rogue scientists we need to capture to try to find the Codex, or to help figure out the Codex of Knowledge. But I have yet to see the Codex of Knowledge pop up. I was a little concerned when I saw that popped up. I'm like, oh, hold on. So I'll even read this one to you guys to kind of get you an idea of what kind of deeds we get up to. So this sword of a legendary samurai is currently on display at the Sapporo Museum. Even the Yakuza have nothing but respect for this blade and would not dream of desecrating it by theft. Thankfully, we're not constrained to such scruples, and the relative light security will make breaking in and coordinating the sword using and corroding the sword using acidic oxidizing solution, a simple task even for the most dunderhead of our minions. This should prove to be a vast embarrassment of patriots to those, or to Patriot, who are in charge with its protection. Kashka, I highly doubt this is a coincidence. You gotta remember, this game came out, I actually went and looked this up. This game came out in 2004. And it's very stereotypical of how this all goes. It's very interesting. I mean, there is some corny jokes. There's, mixes of Austin Powers, James Bond. There's other spy movies like that. There is a lot of that in here. Hold on. This is actually one of my favorite ones. Here in South Africa, I did say there were some James Bond jokes in here. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's this one. Oh, that's not the right one. Well, crap. Where is it at? I swear there is a mission here somewhere. And it's going to drive me if I can't find it. But essentially, I think it was an African drug lord is hiding in a hair salon. Hiding in a hair salon, and we're like, hey, can we coax them out and have them help us? I kid you not, the name of the mission is Die, D-Y-E, hair salon, Die Another Day. If anybody knows James Bond at all, you'll get that joke. But it is, well, that's actually what I wanted to do, but it is actually a rather, it's a fantastic, it's a pun, or it's, you know, a little play on words. Number one, you guys should know from lost my train of thought there. From what we also do elsewhere, you know how the terrible jokes I have. That's pretty much this entire game, and it is fantastic. But yeah, if you guys are curious and want to play this game, it should be available on Steam. That's where I got it. At one point, they actually gave this game out for free, and we're only talking maybe a couple months ago. So it's a really relatively cheap game if you want to go play it. And I don't know how many hours. And when I say little, I'd probably put, because I actually own the game. If I knew where the CDs were, I bet you they're on just above me right here. I actually have the original game disc that I used to play on. It was before Steam. And now I got it on Steam because it actually runs a lot smoother. I don't have to deal with updates because it does all the updates automatically for it. And so it's a little bit easier to do it that way. But I can see here our casino is actually, the interior is now done. We have to kind of build our tables out and everything. But yeah, no, it is a fantastic game. If you are curious about it, they are, you know, so you can buy this game and play it yourself. It's a great game. I would highly recommend it. And then the new game comes out in, what, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks? So, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. They're still stuck down here. That is the funniest thing. But no, the new game comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. They're already taking pre-orders for it. I already pre-ordered mine. And it looks a lot, I mean, it looks better. I mean, you got to remember this game's now, what, 17 years old? And this is actually pretty decent. You know, it's almost mind-boggling how well this game aged. It's still a great game, and hopefully the new game is just like this one, if not better. But yeah, let's start doing some Acts of Infamy. We got those. I need to actually scientists. Well, I can steal the scientists from Russia. Because essentially, Acts of Infamy, if you actually look at the screen here, this is where the story was being told. We got a couple things that it tells us. So we have the risk. So this is how difficult this mission is going to be. And so the more people we have here, the more risk it has, the more likely our people are going to die. The time is actually how long it's going to take. It actually is in real world time. So this is actually going to take a minute to get this one done. But because of that, we're going to generate 7 heat. It actually went down from 10. That's what our social minions do on Acts of Infamy. They reduce the heat. And on Notoriety, we're actually going to get 5. Actually, look at the very bottom here. We actually have or actually right here, I'll even point to it. We actually, right now, we have a 308 infamy. As actually out of 500. And so, what the kind of different minions do, we have the military minions, which actually is going to, while the risk is higher, the more military minions you bring, the better, or the easier it is, or the more likely the chance is that more minions are going to survive. Your social minions, like our valet here, is actually reducing the heat of the mission, so we don't generate as much heat. They kind of do run cover for us. And the scientists, which we don't have here yet, we're going to go snag 2 there. And we're going to do some plotting with them while they do that. I'm going to transfer them over to here, as our little helicopter will fly across the world there, pick them up from Russia, and then drop them off here in Japan. As you can see now, we're actually down to 36 seconds. So we'll go there. As this bar will fill up, you'll actually see them eventually will... Oh, we got some up here. Eventually that will... that's not what I want to do. Eventually, once that fills up, we'll even have our mission. If we have 1 minion left, that is all we need to finish the mission. Now, I usually don't do this, but we'll actually let the radio broadcast go, because every Act of Infamy actually has a unique radio broadcast that plays when you actually beat it. So we'll let that go, and I'll let you guys listen to that.
Konnichiwa. You're listening to the Nipponese National Voice Service. In an effort to dispel rumors that Soviet forces are behind the shocking felony committed today, a senior member of Patriot Council flew into Tokyo to reassure the Japanese public.
I wouldn't trust the Soviet food and I could throw him. But we don't think the commies are behind this one. We suspect some sort of evil organization.
So you guys get the idea of how all that works. Let me double check, make sure. It looks like my microphone's back on. I did turn it off there just so you guys could hear it and make sure that you guys, But you can kind of see kind of the stereotypes in here. There's a little bit racy, a little bit of, I don't think they can make a game like this today. I think they kind of went with a different direction for the new game. And, I'm okay with that. Because there are some things in here that are like, okay, that's maybe a bit much, but I think they do a really good job with it here. Now, some acts of infamy, if you actually look, let's see here, there's a couple of different ones. There's flag ones that you just do it and you get notoriety for it, nothing really special. You have these ones, like right here. This actually is going to abduct a spin doctor. So what that is we're going to bring an expert from the world to our base. We'll interrogate him, and we actually get a new minion. Well, by this time, we've already have all of our minions. But we also have ones like this antique cannon over here. We're actually going to steal whatever that is. So this one, you're actually stealing a war museum cannon. This one, you're actually stealing a ancient throne from Russia. You can steal the crown jewels. You can steal jetpacks. You steal space suits. I'm trying to think of what others. You steal a bunch of stuff. Because why make it yourself when you can just steal it? It makes it a lot easier. But here's actually what we are looking for. This is actually the Codex of Knowledge. This is something we actually need. But if you look here, it gives us 35 heat just to go after this. So this is a little bit more difficult. You have a risk of 7. So remember, the one we just did was a risk of 2. I think the highest this can go is a 9. So it'll give you an idea. Actually, can tell you right here. There's some tidbits. So, risk indicates how risky the act is on a scale of 0 to 9. 0 is safe as houses. 9 is as safe as skydiving into an alligator pit. On fire. Anyway, so that kind of gives you an idea of how all that works. So we have our scientists there. We actually need 5 workers, 5 guards, and 2 mercenaries. But because of this mission, I'm going to bring a lot more than that. I'm going to bring 2 mercenaries, 5 guards, 5 workers. I'm going to bring 2 marksmen. Do I have to bring another scientist? Or more scientist, which I don't believe I do because the time's already cut in half. 3 minutes is half the time. I'm just going to point it out that way. So we're going to bring some more guards. We'll bring 2 more. We'll bring some Taekwondo masters. Essentially, they help quite a bit with that. Let me see. We need some social minions to get some of that heat dissipated. And because of that, we'll bring some diplomats and things like that, so we won't have to worry about that. Well, at least hopefully not. We'll still have some heat generating from this. No matter what, you cannot get rid of all the heat from a mission, but you can cut it in half. So instead of getting 35, which our bar maxes out at 20, just kind of give you an idea, it'll go down to, 17? So pretty much max out, but it won't stay as long. But you can see here, our casino is up and going. Now, the problem is right now is that the only way you can get through here is you have to walk through the entire base. So not ideal, but right now, once we get our hotel set up here, they'll be able to walk through here. And I've got these doors set up to where they don't actually have to, or the minions can walk through them, but the guests and everything cannot. So it makes it a little bit easier on us. So we got some people out here. Let's go ahead and do. Oh, we lost scientists. Well, that kind of flops over. It kind of happens. But we can also hide these guys before I forget. But yeah, so that is kind of. You pretty much have seen the entire game and what we actually have to do, and it's kind of the stuff that happens along the way. We can have a little fun there. That's kind of the whole idea. Honestly, I don't know how much research we actually have left. I do know there's some stuff we have to steal. When we actually steal them, we actually get stuff. But is there anything I really want? There's some stuff I need later, but I don't have anything right now. What concerns me, you see all these red dots out here? Those are agents. Now, 9 times out of 10, these won't be the super agents, but still, these are agents that we have to deal with. By the way, that's also a camera and a tiki head. Little disguise. It's kind of nice. Once the camera sees those guys, once they open the door at least, all of my base will be alerted, and we'll go ahead and clear those guys out. Now, I'm not too concerned with them walking down through here yet, because essentially right now, this is hallways kind of ubiquitous. This is more for our social minions than anything else. You can see here, I actually kind of show this. These are the workers. They actually are bringing the dynamite. They're going to blast a hole in the mountain, essentially, so that we can actually have our hotel lounge in there. Hold on, what do we got? Joshua Hughes Motorsports. Thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. This actually might be my best day for follow so far. I think we're up to, well, we got 3 that I remember, so that's probably, well, there was a couple. It seems like, the funny thing is, and I know a lot of you guys know me from racing and things like that, but the funny thing was, the last time I really had a big stream like this was also another Evil Genius game, when I played it originally, which, right now, I didn't realize how long it had been since I played this game. It's actually been over a year since I actually played this game last, on stream, and so yeah, it's been so it's about a year, and I think it's been about that long since I had that big stream. So it is kind of nice to actually, for the help and support, I really do appreciate it. As you can see here, we're clearing out as many people as we can. We're actually getting some exceptional ones. So the exceptional ones are actually the top tier agents. But as you can see here, are pretty much our military minions have got this under control. So I'm not too concerned about that. Here's the issue that I love to, or here's something that can be a bit of an issue. If they escape, we'll gain a little bit of heat. But there is a lot of them there. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can. We got a couple henchmen down here that we can actually go ahead and take care of. All right, they've already been alerted. These guys down here won't have been because they weren't in the range of a loudspeaker. I only have the loudspeakers at the very top of the base. However, I do want to show something we can do. So, while being an evil genius, these are, when an agent dies, they produce a body bag. We put them in a body bag. We actually put them in a freezer, usually. We put them into a freezer, right over here. And then eventually they'll decay, and then we can get rid of the body bag. But this one, he's going to become something a little different. We have done enough research, and through the powers of modern science, we can create something called a freak. Now, what a freak is, it is a tank. Not like an actual tank, but he's this giant. And what I mean by giant, he just is a think of Frankenstein's monster. That's about what a freak is. It's just a lot bigger. And I kind of want to, I'll show you this when they actually get the body bag over here, which I don't see where they went with it. Not that it's the worst thing that we're missing a body bag, but you know, it could be a lot worse. So these guys are all in hiding. We'll just kind of cycle that real quick. But we are ready to go when this is ready. So we can see here, heat's down, time's down, notoriety's there. We have a small task force of people. But I don't see where, unless it's this guy, which is very possible. Are these guys back stealing yet? They are not. We need to get those guys back stealing because we're running out of money and we only have part of our hotel set up. We can actually run our hotel right now, so it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but still, I want to make sure. These are kind of a nice, I've built these before, but I don't know how well these things are, like how much money these things generate. So, you know, we'll see here together, you know. That's one of the things about my streams, though. I love chatting with people. I love talking about games like this that I used to play as a kid. Well, as a kid, I was middle school when I first got this game. And, it's kind of fun to kind of relive these games a little bit and talk about them and say, hey, these are games that you can still play today, and they're really good games still. Oh, I probably don't want to do that. I probably want to do that. I gotta remember, because the hotel is something you gotta be a little careful with. Because if people see people dying in a hotel, likely our Yelp reviews will go down a bit. Just gonna point that out there. So what do you gotta do? So what they're doing, they're brushing them off. Well, actually, this guy's paying this guy off, but you can see here, as they're just polishing their shoes. They're giving them a back rub. They're making them feel. Well, this guy's taking photos of this agent. But they're making them feel like they're $1 million. That maybe this is just the best customer. This is like Walt Disney level customer service here, and nothing else is going on. As you can see, they become dumbfounded, and this is kind of what the state they go into. This is, by the way, if you were curious, this is actually the stats page. So you got health, you have loyalty, you have smarts, focus or attention, and endurance, which is your strength. If this is too low, they might forget what they actually were doing, and they can, like, oh, they're in a casino, might as well go gamble. Or I've had it where agents forget what they're doing and then go stay at the hotel. And while this is pretty much mostly set up here, it's pretty nice. As you can hear here, hold on. You can hear a little bit. You can actually hear the piano being played. Not ideally, but it's still kind of cool. We are running a little low on power though, so that's not ideal. We do want to get some more nuclear reactors going, because we are a completely green base. 0 CO2 emissions. We are technically all nuclear powered. Kind of an interesting thought there, just a thought. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this active infamy done. We want to try to get the Codex of Knowledge today. So we'll go ahead and start that one. And this might be a little difficult, which it might take us a little bit of time to get that one done. But if you look here, because we actually have that many people out in the world, we're actually getting almost $16,000 every 48 seconds. It's a lot of money. Oh, wow. God decided to desert. Well, here's the thing. With deserters, it does happen. It means their loyalty is down. It means, they don't think that your cause is worth it anymore. So there's only one thing you can do. Well, there's two things you can do. You can let them go. They go out in the world. They do whatever they want. But, especially with this guy, he's a highly trained minion. Oh, that's the wrong guy. He's a highly trained minion. And we've put a lot of time and effort into him. So we want to recapture him. And we're going to put him in the brig. And we're going to make him think about what he did. And by think, we're going to hold him there until he agrees to come back. And he will be 100% loyal again. And that's how it works. Maybe a little dastardly, but it happens. Looks like our hotel's coming along quite nicely. Don't have much going on right now. But here, look at that. Agents are back awake. See if maybe they, I don't know if they will or not. Oh, you don't actually have to open that door, 1. Because then anybody can come through those doors, essentially what I'm saying there. But as you see here, we actually have our first guest coming in. So that is rather nice. They'll come up to the counter and say, hey, I want a hotel room. And one of our guys will be more than happy to give them a room for the night. What actually kind of the neat thing is, though, is that if somebody does... Ooh, they got an agent there. I don't like that. But we're already halfway through that mission, so we can't really stop it now. But if somebody asks for a hotel room, this kind of goes through a day-night cycle. At night, they actually will go to the hotel, go to their hotel room. It is the coolest thing I've seen in a long while. But let's make sure this thing is staffed. We're running low on social minions. Not really. We have plenty still. Mostly valets. So I actually want to bump our valets up to 15. And that just tells our people, we can probably hide those guys. That just tells our people that, hey, we want to have some more minions or more social minions out there, so we need to train some more. Let's also get 5 more guys there so we can start stealing more. It does happen. We actually do need the money too. Our casino is not going as well as I thought it would be right this second. Let's go ahead and okay, didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and clear their tags here, so let's see what happens with them. As you can see, our social medias are going back to work. And because of that, well, sort of, somewhat, sometimes eventually they'll actually will interact with all this stuff. We'll be able to actually see what's going on with them. But we've got 22 seconds till we get the Codex of Knowledge, hopefully. These guys are still in hiding, so that is good. But eventually we will attract more and more tourists as we get more and more people. So that will help us. Especially, it creates a great cover when we get a lot of heat. It does generate quite a bit.
Hey guys, I'm back. There were a few Hammer operatives asking questions around here, so I had to turn off my pirate radio signal for a few days. I hacked into the computer system at the Severnia Research Facility while I was off air and found that a top-secret Codex machine had just been stolen. According to the memo I decrypted, only a few brilliant scientists can make sense of the Codex. But if I decipher, it can be used to make a doomsday device. Chilling stuff, huh?
So give you a little foreshadowing of what's going down. And we kind of already knew that what was going to happen there, so hopefully, I mean, those guys are still trying to break in. Let's keep them dumb. That's usually the best way to do this. We have a couple agents in here looking to steal our stuff. Not ideal. One of the reasons I do like Jubei, though, he can actually what they call whip walk. That's one of his skills. You can just warp to places. And of course, they have a cooldown, of course, but you know, it's really nice. It's one of the reasons I do like starting with him. Oh, I was like, hold on, what's that? Oh, those are okay. They're only so they bring two types of soldiers. They bring just a regular soldier and a veteran. So they're pathetic veterans. No matter what, the veterans are going to be better than the soldiers at anything. The other problem is they usually come in large groups. Like there's an exceptional veteran, so that's not ideal. And they will pretty much shoot on sight, and that's what kind of sucks. And here's the bad thing, though. If I can run... Oh, here's the thing, though. If I can get these guys... Oh, maybe. This might be an issue. Because the problem is they're starting to group up. And when they start grouping up, they can become a bit of a pain in the butt. As you can see here, we have 5 of them guys over here. And I don't know how many of them over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Either way, not ideal. And we look at that. Hey, so we got that taken care of. But as you can see here, they are rather good. And you can see we only took 1 hit from that guy, or we took 1 hit from that guy. So it's not ideal. The best way I've found to defeat them, number 1, if they both come into the base at once, we have a bit of an issue. But we do have a trap there, and we can actually put these sentry guns here, or we can put them here. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Still allow our people to get through. However, a double-barrel machine gun or a 2-barrel machine gun would not be the worst thing in the world to have there. But we also have our trap here. So our trap might help kill them a little bit, but it's not ideal. So what we're going to do, the best way I've found to defeat these guys, number 1, let them in the base. Bit counterintuitive, but if you actually let them go here, Jubei's knocked out still. That guy's running up there. There's Colonel Blackheart. Let's try to find one more. Let them in the base first, and that seems a little counterintuitive. The problem is, the way I build my bases is that they're very narrow, and they're very kind of close, you know, uptight, very close to one another. And because of that, they actually can't all shoot their machine guns at once. They usually have to come into hand-to-hand combat. If I can get them into hand-to-hand combat, usually I can defeat them. I did say usually I can defeat them. But, you know, These guys are good back to go stealing again. But like these guys, what I'm concerned about is that these guys are coming through they might come through my hotel. And if that's the case, I've got a huge issue because, well, I mean, these guys aren't built to fight. These guys are built to serve and do special stuff with them. Ah, I forgot about this guy. Here's our freak. You really can't see him here. But yeah, that is the freak. These guys are really good against soldiers. But that's what they call a freak. This is essentially what happens to an agent when we get a hold of them, or when an agent dies and we get a hold of them. That's what we can do with them. And you know what? We're going to create another freak. Especially with all these soldiers being around, I think we can create up to 3 at once. And I forgot to show you guys it, so why not? We'll go ahead and create another freak. And hopefully these Russian soldiers will get to see our super soldiers. Essentially is what they are. And what I'm excited about, though, apparently, I don't know how this is going to work as of yet, but apparently in the new game, you're going to actually be able to create super soldiers, kind of like a Captain America-esque ideal, and I would really enjoy that. I kind of want to see how they're going to do that, and so we'll see about that. And you know, it seems like we've done a lot, and we have done done quite a bit already. But you know, we're only about an hour into the stream. I mean, hour and a half's about halfway through. So if you don't know, I do stream for about 3 hours. I usually go till about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is kind of a little bit of a shorter cycle. I mean, you see some streamers that stream 5 or 6 hours at a time. But for me, I kind of feel that that if I stream for 4 or 3 hours, it's a good thing because I only do this as a hobby. I'd love, maybe one day make money off this. You know, be one of the next Ninja, PewDiePie, whatever you want to call it. But to me, I don't play, like, they do a lot of competitive stuff like that. I'm not one of those people. I like doing this as a hobby. I do it for fun. I don't have to worry about trying to make, have 100,000 people watching just so I make enough money to help cover bills. That's just not me. Maybe one day be kind of fun. But hey, it's one of those deals. But I can tell you what happened to me this morning. While we're kind of waiting for things, we're kind of waiting on these soldiers to hopefully not take out our hotel. There's like 2 groups of them milling around, and I don't like it. And however, it looks like one of them is going to pop up over here. So let's get these guys. So essentially, the best way I found is to try to hide these guys in this corner. So when they do run in, Jubei is already attacking them. All right, well. We can see here, he got a couple hits in. As you can see here, if they walk in here, and now we can start taking them out. They all have to pretty much switch to hand-to-hand combat because of how close this is. And our machine gun's going too, so that's always nice. But as you can see, even our henchmen are having some difficulty with these people. But that's what these are what the veterans. Yes, these are the exceptional hammer veterans. Those are the hardest guys to kill, and that's the only way I have found to get rid of these guys is to do something like that. Well, at least to oh, hold on, there's the monkey. I saw the monkey. There he is. He hides him in his coat. A little bit odd. Not going to point out. Not going to say it's not, but monkey. Oh man, they just created. Oh, about to create another freak. Why not we just sit here and watch? And yes, he just yeeted a body bag into a biotank. That's pretty much all he does. And then the freak, well, they pretty much reanimate the body and pull him out. And that's how a freak's created. But I forgot to tell you about. Once everything calmed down a little bit, we can kind of tell you what happened to me today. So, I've actually been on the hunt for a certain Lego set. It's what the number is, I'm not sure. It's they call it the Horizon Express, the high-speed train based on the French TGV. Been wanting that set forever. It came out in like 2014, 2015. I actually bought one when it came out originally. The problem is the way they actually built the set is that you actually needed 2 of them to have the whole train, which is kind of a neat idea on their part because then you actually kind of are forced to buy 2 of them. The problem is I got one either for Christmas or a birthday or something like that, and I'm like, you know what? When I get my money together, I'll buy another one. So when I got my money together, I went to go buy one. You couldn't find them. I went Lego stores, both where I live and in Florida. I went to Lego.com. I went to like different places. Could not find one of these things. And it kind of frustrated me because I have half of a train now. It's like, all right, well, what do I do with this now? So that was 5 or 6 years ago now. And last weekend, I went to a Lego pop-up store. And it's a small shop near where I'm at, or near where I live. I don't know why that's up 1 still, but, you know, whatever. Near where I live, and I'm like, hey, I want to go see if maybe they have one. And sure enough, actually, one of their photos, and they're prominently on Facebook, they actually had one, and it was brand new. Like, I gotta go see how much it is. So I went to the store. They had 2 days that they were going to be open. They were open Friday and Saturday. And I was doing this. I was streaming on Friday. I couldn't make it. And I didn't find the post till after they closed. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll go tomorrow morning. So I went Saturday morning. They had sold it the day before. I'm like, that kind of sucks. But I mentioned it to the owner, and there's actually the freak attacking more people. I mentioned it to the owner, and he goes, oh, do you really want that set? I can try to go find one for you. And he actually eventually kind of worked out through some things, and he actually found 3 of them, 1 new, 2 used. I'm like, I really do want one of those sets. And it was a little bit on the price side. It was a little bit above retail. I think I paid $160 for it originally. And they wanted $250, $290 for it. I'm like, it was a little expensive. But I've been wanting this thing for 6 years, and I have the money now to go do this. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go. I have some collectible minifigures. If you're into Lego at all, I actually have some of the original Series 1 Disney minifigures and some of the Series 2. And I'm like, I think I had 29 of them. I'm like, hey, if you're interested, I will sell these to you as kind of a trade. And so I went up there, and he was more than willing to look at them. How the freak found some of the soldiers. These freaks probably won't kill any of them, but you know, he did some damage. So kind of going back to the story here, I'm like, hey, would you be interested in any of these? And he goes, yeah, I'll bring him over. I'll see what I'm interested in. And he goes, the Series 2 set's probably only worth $2. Minifigures, just the little minifigure, all right, $2 a piece. He's like, most of them are worth about $2. About half of them were. Some of them I had were worth $3, and 3 of them were worth $4, and one was actually worth about $5. I was a little surprised about that. And so, all in all, I think he gave me for all 20, I think he gave me $67 for them, which seems like a lot. But for a minifigure, I've seen some of these minifigures sell for $15, $20 per minifigure. Those little plastic people, $20 for one of those. I didn't have any of those, unfortunately, but I did have quite a few that would be nice to have. Now, let me get you Bay down here because they're about to come through that door here. So, why is this guy not attacking? There we go. And so, because of that, it was actually quite a bit discounted, and I got the power function, so it actually makes the train move and things like that. I got most of that, which they don't even sell anymore, for relatively cheap. I say relatively, they don't sell them anymore, and you can get a full set of them, it's like $200 online. So something that would have cost me brand new, probably around $600, now cost me about $200, $250. So I was kind of happy about that. And actually, if you look right behind me here, I've got a nice big, you actually can see a little bit of it right in here. This table here is just covered in parts of Legos. I've been trying to sort them out. So yeah, that was kind of my morning, and I was building a little bit before I started streaming. So yeah, rather fun. And we got rid of those agents. We got rid of those agents pretty quick. Now that I'm kind of getting used to how they work, oh crap, we left some people out there. I didn't mean to do that. We'll do one of those guys each. We'll send some more people out. But since I really haven't had any issues, or I really have figured that out, I haven't had many issues with that. So that is pretty good. So right now, while we let the heat die down in Hammer territory, I'm going out to see what other acts of infamy we can go do really quick. Collateral damage would not be a bad one. Oilseed Inferno is when you actually catch a bunch of oil fields on fire. This one's kind of interesting. You actually start like a civil war, so that's pretty neat. A lot of heat, good notoriety though. This was only 10 notoriety, but we can easily get this done. But the problem is I don't have enough valets. That is something I do remember having an issue with, is having enough valets. Oh, well. So let's do this one. We'll set the Oilseed Inferno. I need 3 guards and a mercenary. I'm also going to need a couple scientists. Going to need probably one of each of those guys should cover everything. Ooh, we got some Smash veterans. I don't know why Smash is here, but all right. Well, they're well, that's probably why, because I'm actually stealing from them. Would make a little more sense. Let's actually move these guys over to here. And we'll have them stealing again. So hopefully we'll get some heat down. I didn't realize how high it got there. We got a little bit hot, but oh well. It does happen sometimes. You know, you steal enough money from a country, they kind of get a little upset, which is fair. What I'm concerned about, though, is that we are losing a lot of social minions. They're not really being replaced that quickly. Let's actually just do this. And let's get a bunch of construction workers back. So essentially, this is, I don't think I can really kind of explain this. This is our minion page. And while I'm pointing to the screen, I'm not really sure. It kind of helps me explain some things. You got the orange track, the blue track, and the purple track. The orange track's military, our blue track's science, and the purple one is our social. Our social minions are the ones that actually help run our hotel casino. They also make sure our base operates. They make sure if anybody's passed out or anything, they get to the barracks or to treatment or whatever. Your science minions do research as well as help repair your base in certain ways. Your mercenaries are pretty much just guards, but having a big military force is actually a pretty good thing. So I think we can go ahead and start actually building our lounge and make sure our hotel is complete, because you know it's always a nice thing to have a complete hotel. All of our new construction workers are falling in pretty nicely. Looks like our freak actually took out some people over there. It might have been the Smash veterans that were snooping around. So now we're looking for that rogue scientist. So each country actually has their own. It's the same stuff. So it's always going to be a risk 3, 15 heat, 1 in a writing, 4 minutes. And they all have their own like backstory, which is, when you think about stuff like this, how many like acts of infamy there are out here, which I think we're good here. How many acts of infamy are actually out here and what else they can do? It's actually really like, it's actually amazing how much different, how much like, I gotta hide these guys because you got a super agent there. But how interesting is that somebody actually went through and wrote all these stories out? It is fantastic and I love it. And they're not just, oop, my base is on fire. I mean, something blew up. That means our, actually, they blew up our sentry, which really I'm okay with right now because we got rid of those soldiers, and that's what they was there for. So we might have to try to find a disguised one. There actually is a way to make a disguised sentry. I don't remember how you do it. We might already have it, but I'll double check it. We don't, maybe not. Thought we did, maybe not. You know, we could very well do stuff like that traps outside. I never really thought about doing it that way, but it actually would be an easy way to, ooh boy, they already have an agent there. Not ideal to be sure, but I think we'll be okay. Anybody is curious, I am drinking water today. Drinking flavored water. There we go. Black cherry, clear American. Got some potassium in it. It's pretty nice. We're going to have this mission done, though. Once we get that mission done, I'm going to run everybody out of there. We're going to put them into hiding. The only people we're leaving there is scientists. The only reason we're doing that is I want to... see, they're all hiding still. Put these guys in hiding, but we found a painting we can go steal. Huh, kind of neat. And what I mean by steal is actually, we actually steal it and we actually bring it back to the base. You can actually see a lot of these are kind of littered around here. And by the way, when I mean steal some stuff, this is Excalibur. This is an ancient suit of samurai armor. I think from like the Last Samurai. Also a very funny reference there. Where's some of my favorite ones at? In the library we do have the Ark of the Covenant. I mean, just, you know, casually. Got a nice model of a boat. Why? That's a Roman galley model. This is a sound generating machine. Why? Not really sure, but I stole it. Some nice vases from the Ming Dynasty. I think one of them's from the Ming Dynasty. Oh, Babylon. Babylon. There we go. But where's my favorite one at? Here it is. So this is the actual Eiffel Tower that we use a shrink ray on. And now it's sitting in our base. We do, you know, we have parties next to it. It's fantastic. Still, the story in that one, you actually steal it during Bastille Day, which, if you guys are interested, or if you guys know anything about history or anything like that, Bastille Day is kind of like the French Independence Day, where that's when, like, they stormed the Bastille and things like that. It's a pretty big day for France, and we stole their biggest monument, so it's kind of fun. Also realized that we had this guy in jail for like an hour now. Oh. Well, we have another super agent on the island. Dirk Masterson. Oh, he's going to the hotel. Well, that's just great. Oh, actually, he's about to meet a freak. The funny thing is, last time I'm about to kill the freak, actually. The last time a super agent was here, it was Mariana Mamba. The reason I actually had to stop playing was I captured her off stream because a freak knocked her out. I don't know how he did it, but he did. But it was rather funny, and it was very well worth it. So let's have these guys back to go back to work, I should say. Let's actually get those guys over. You know what? Let's actually get these guys somewhere else. Maybe right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't know where all the big scientists are. Like, I don't know exactly where. So I'm going to kind of rummage around, see if I can find them. You know what? I didn't even think about this. I wonder if this scientist, or maybe there's some scientists down here in Antarctica that would maybe be persuaded to come and help us with the Codex of Knowledge. We'll see about that. Looks like we have some veterans about to come through the bottom door here, which is not ideal, but, you know, it happens. So we won't get all of our henchmen in that one little room there. I think Eli might be the last one. Hey, he's got full stats already, so we can go ahead and let him go. We need to, maybe get some loyalty points up. There actually is a really easy way to gain loyalty in this game. You know what? Ooh. They're already through that door. I didn't want that, but, you know. Once you get through there, and kill. Butcher, can you actually go do something? Thank you. We got that one random worker, alright, trying to really be a kiss up, or a suck up. I guess can you actually go help over here, please? Unfortunately, you really actually can't control your minions directly, you only can control your henchmen directly. So, while it kind of sucks, you know, that's the only way to actually really do it. So, get these guys over here. We got some ninjas, like literal ninjas in here. Ooh, the great Mesmero, that's actually this guy, can actually learn a new skill. I don't know which one he can learn. He can do telepathic, or he can do willpower drain, which I don't remember what that does. Let me actually go look at his stats here. So this is actually like a character sheet for each person here. Is actually you can actually read like how the story. But yeah, this is all written out if you're actually kind of curious. So telepathic mind control, using his hypnotic skill, Mesmero can physically take the control of an agent and manipulate their actions. This ability may fail if the target has high smarts. Mesmero can snap the loyalty of an enemy agent by casting hypnotic miasma that makes all nearby agents believe that their own agency was behind the death of their favorite pet. Yikes. Yeah, we can learn that one. That's fine. And so now we can use that special ability. I think everybody else has all theirs already, so we don't have to really worry about that too much. But yeah. So we're starting to get our social missions back up. These are the guys we really need for our hotel. Ones I'm kind of concerned about trying to get back. Okay, let's just spend a couple. I think it's what, 16 grand to get 4 people back, and we can keep that going there. Keep our minion stocks up, literally. Let's see what else we got here. Anything new? Not really. So let's go ahead and move these guys around just a little bit. Moving around, well, you'll try to figure out where these guys are at, especially if you don't find anything within a couple of minutes. If you find something new, it's something different. But we have this scientist here, which really the heat's gone down enough. We could probably go steal this guy. But I really want to start stealing like this cannon. I'd like to steal that one. One other ones. The throne, put that up, make a nice big desk to go steal at. Eventually I will need an inner sanctum here. I gotta figure out where I want to put that at. I think I want to maybe put it here. Like right here. We'll have to build a few more defenses, of course, but maybe right here actually might be the better idea. I don't know about that one though, but we'll see. I feel like our hotel's kind of up and going now. Everybody's feeling good there. Hopefully that can distract from what we're doing elsewhere. Alright, we got those guys plotting, so hopefully we can find some of those scientists. We need to set those guys to hide. These guys still haven't found anybody, which is not ideal, but let's actually try to look for the scientists in Europe. See if maybe we can find that one. Saboteur, not ideal. Let's see here. Where is Jubei? Let me get Jubei out here. Oh, there's one dead. Oh, that's the wrong control. There we go. So that is all taken care of. And we're about halfway through the stream right now, so I'll do a little spiel while I'm still thinking about it. If you guys are new here, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. My name's Friar Robbie, or Robbie as a lot of people call me. I don't think we're going to capture that guy again, but oh well. What I do here, I play a lot of different games, just kind of generically. This month is kind of our Evil Genius month, because the new Evil Genius game does come out on March 30th. It sounds like I'm almost shamelessly plugging that, but they're not paying me at all. Kind of wish they would sometimes. But anyways, we do play a lot of different games here. If you guys are curious about more of my content, I actually do have a full stream archive on my YouTube channel. It's actually linked below the stream here. So if you guys are curious about that, I have a full playthrough of Evil Genius on easy with playing as Alexis. Yeah, that's it. I had to think for a second. I can't remember who it was. But I have things like Roller Coaster Tycoon on there, Planet Coaster, Mech Warrior 5. So that's like if you're big into action, like fighting games, check out Mech Warrior. It's a great game. You're pretty much fighting big robot mechs. They're like hundreds or multiple tons. Towards the end of the ones, I think all of my mechs were at least 100 tons. So those are it's a really fun game if you want to check that out. But yeah, there's a plethora of games. There's probably a game on there you would enjoy watching. And a lot of people have actually been enjoying this game because there's kind of two groups of people who watch this game. There's people who have no idea what this game is, but are interested because it says Evil Genius, which kind of implies something kind of fun, interesting, intriguing. And the other people that have watched this have played the game, or either know the game and love watching other people play it. I can kind of fall in both of them a little bit, but but I remember when I first played through this game, I remember this very vividly. There was a group of people who were actually lived in Uxbridge, England. And when I say that, there were about 5 of them that would actually watch my stream. And they would come in about halfway through the stream and watch. And it was hilarious because, these guys were huge in there. They actually, lived near where they actually originally developed the game. And they love just to chat back and forth and, talk about different strategies and things like that. And I just lost 2 people out in the world. And it was the funniest thing. It was just it was fun to talk to those guys because you never knew what was going to go on with them. So, as I've seen here, we haven't found the scientists, but we found the crown jewels from the Garibaldi family. We got to go steal those. 6 spin doctors and 6 mercenaries. I have that kind of firepower. How many mercenaries do I have out here? I have 8. So I can steal, I'll take all this. So I need 6 of those guys. The scientists I already have out here. Spin doctors are going to help a little bit, but I'll bring one of those guys over. I'll move these guys over to Europe. And that should pretty well cover what we need to do for the crown jewels. And yes, it's only going to take us 48 seconds to steal these. Well, it's probably going to take less than that. It takes about 36 seconds to actually steal the crown jewels. Just pointing it out there. We can actually get back to stealing here. So we can do that. I'm kind of looking to see what other stuff they have available here. But the crown jewels, you actually can research and get something out of it, and that's the reason I wanted to steal those. Ooh. I've noticed that we're running a little bit low on people over here. So we can set those to where at least they're staffed. Probably just need 2 people there. One to run the hotel counter and one to play the piano, essentially. But it does look like pretty much everything's staffed pretty well. We could use some more minions. Let's go ahead and get a good group of those going here. That is one thing. Oh, great. That means something's being stolen. Alright, hold on. What is it? What is it? Oh, please kill those guys. Oh, wow. They actually stole some of the Uber loots, which is not ideal. So they stole the samurai armor, and I bet you they just stole some gold, which is fine, but we killed them pretty quickly. Agents running out of the base is usually not a good idea, or a good thing, but hey, it happens. Do we get all the? We got all the minions we wanted, so that is always nice. We'll go ahead and cut that back to 60 seconds, so it doesn't drain our money, because that can easily drain your money, because spending $4,000 every second to get a new minion, it's a little much. But it's always nice to have a good stream of minions coming in to make sure that you can always train all the minions you can. You see here we're still missing quite a few, especially in the science and in the social range here. But it does look like we have all of our minions in place here. Heat's down, time's down. It's not as down as I'd like it to be, but I guess another 10 notoriety would be kind of nice. Right after that, we already lost 3 people. Now this one we'll lose a lot of. We can live. One of those speeches I just cannot. One of those sentences I just could not get out. We can lose a lot of people very quickly here because it's a very short mission. If you notice that with the Codex, we actually lost people slowly over time, and with the agent there, we lost a few more. But we will be able to steal all these crown jewels. And we'll send these guys back out to go steal again. Send them to the Midwest U.S. Something like that. Well, that really drops the heat there. Holy cow. Didn't realize how much heat that was really generating. And this scientist, we need to get out of there. Because unfortunately, we will be getting some more veteran soldiers because of that. So not ideal, but we will be getting those. We do need to keep this thing staffed. So what this does is we actually stole this from Europe. We actually stole this, and then we figured out how to turn it into this. This actually will decode messages from agents and only send about half of them to our island. So a very useful tool, and didn't really utilize it the last time we played it. But it's a very good thing to have, just so that if you know, we don't have to. I mean, think about this: if we weren't sending, or if we didn't have that, those soldier groups that are actually 6 and 7 people would be 10, 12 of them. So yes, it is very useful to get that. So, but it does look like the only scientist we really found was the one in Russia. And while I'm not a huge fan of stealing that one because of, well, we're actually really, you know, because of their acts of infamy I want to do, that's not a bad one. It's actually worker-wise. We don't need too much. We need, what, 5 workers? So let's start assembling our team here. Tim decided to make the stream. That's the real beast. 222 there. How you doing, Tim? Thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. But 4 now or 5? I've at this point I've lost count of how many followers. I think I got 4, which I do appreciate. Let's see, 2 valets and 2 spin doctors. So in this case, I do need. All right, so we've got. I think we got the social side of this taken care of. We need some military minions to help guard. We'll send 4. It's a risk 3. I think 4 mercenaries should do fine. We'll send 4 scientists, and that should cover that. Let me just pour a little more water into my cup here. In my, if you've followed me for a while, this is like the official drink cup. It's a very classic Mickey. Oh, there we go. Classic Mickey tumbler here, with a nice reflection of the game in the screen there. Hopefully I don't dump this all over myself. That would be terrible on stream, and I'd have to sit through it for another hour and a half. About an hour and 20 minutes. It's a great sound. I'm trying to figure out what that sound is in the game. Good lord. Like this screeching noise. Good. You know what? Yeah, I have no idea what that sound is. There's somebody actually on not the brainwashing machine, but somebody's actually reading a book through telepathy over here. But there actually is a brainwashing machine, and we need to get one because why not? That's not good. Right down here. I think I found what I was looking for earlier. Yep, there they are. But they're only poor. That means they probably sent another group somewhere else that are actually better, and that's what concerns me. Oh, there's a burglar there. Let's go ahead and kill him. If they only sent that group of soldiers, number one, that's a bit surprising, even though they are veterans, so they can still do quite a bit of damage. They only sent that group, it'd be a little surprising. Hold on here. There they are. Yep, that's the group I was concerned with. Alright, let's do this, because I will need that here very shortly. Overall, seems a bit quiet, but it is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about things like that. So, those where are these guys getting shipped to? They're getting shipped over here. So you try to kidnap that? Well, we're saying kidnapped. Oh, all right, for God's sakes. This is a little annoying. Hold on. Oh, they're opening 2 doors and then just getting stuck here. All right, well, I'm not that concerned then. But But let's read the story behind the scientist. So a celebrated Hammer scientist has become extremely disaffected with the life under communism. His wife was dispatched to a gulag for attending an anti-communist rally in Moscow, and he now doubts whether she is even alive. If an approach is made, he should be more than willing to defect from his Vladivostok research facility and begin work on the Codex. Number one, I don't know how I can't pronounce normal words, but I can pronounce Vladivostok. I don't know. It's a weird skill. My mouth is ugh. It's weird. It's just stuff like that. It's like, I'm trying to think what Vladivostok is. I've heard of that before, but for what reason, I'm not sure. And that kind of bugs me. Did the group of soldiers go south? They did. What can that? Shoot, that means I'm gonna have to put a turret over here. All right, turret's back up over here. That is nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Turret will go ahead and open fire on them, so it makes it a little bit easier. And with these guys, the turret should be able to take care of them, no problem. Even though all of our guards have been alerted, it's kind of nice, but still. Where are these veterans at? I mean, they're in camouflage. It's a little hard to see them sometimes, I'm just saying. Alright, so all of our people have gotten here. Let's just double check, make sure we got the stats we want. Time's cut in half, heat's cut in half, I think. I think we're ready for it, though, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and also hide those guys. Hopefully they can make that mission before anybody shows up. Fingers crossed. But I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. You know, it's something that I've done this for just over a year now. I've really been enjoying doing stuff like this. Even though I wish I could do it more, but with the job I currently have, it's a great job. But I have to work, you know, pretty much all day, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. And because of that, I usually don't get too much time. You know, I would love to stream afterwards, something like that. And I've been kind of looking for a full-time job as well, so it's a little bit difficult. I have an idea of how I want to do that. If I were to get a full-time job, I still want to stream, at least 2 times a week. But I think from like 6 to 9, maybe we'll, oh, you've got to be kidding me here. This could end very badly because there's a super agent now there. We still have 48 seconds. I'm going to let them run to see if maybe they can beat it. I don't think they're going to beat it, though. And that kind of sucks because then we have to retrain everybody, resend everybody back out. It's just a bit of a pain. Oh boy, that means these guys are engaging for something. Ah, just mowed down my minions. What dicks. Alright, let's get these guys down here because if we don't, those guys are just going to steamroll over all of our defenses. And here's the thing with soldiers, they don't actually, take down doors. They just shoot them down. Oh, right, we actually got the mercenary scientist. Awesome. Alright, let's get all of our guys out of there. So he'll start looking at that. What I'm going to do, once all my henchmen get down here, I'm going to just open this door. Well, bypassed. Oh, cool. So they're all right there. Let's go ahead and just kill them. Jump Jubei in here. Yeah, see, here's the problem. They're all... We've killed a few of them already, but unfortunately... Somebody just popped up. One of the super agents just popped up. which is not ideal right now with us having to deal with all these soldiers. But it looks like these soldiers are running. So that is the best thing that we can see, because that means they're returning to base. We've hit them hard enough in the face that they are going to run. Well, all my mercenaries now starting to come down here, or all my military minions are coming down here now. It's not ideal, but it looks like they're starting to run. So I think we hit them hard enough in the nose that we don't have to worry about that right this second. Let's also try to go ahead and grab some more minions here. So I didn't forget about this part. So the mercenary minion, or the mercenary scientist, I'm sorry. Are you serious? Oh, well, that sucks. Oh, we can just go get him again. All right, well, that still really sucks. So we got the scientist, and they're like, hey, we're going to go send some assassins after him. Well, you know, government stuff, you know, happens. And the government's like, yeah, we're just going to shoot him. And they did. And, like, I didn't know that until... Well, that just sucked. Well, I guess we're going to go steal another scientist here shortly. We got about an hour, just maybe a little over an hour left of the stream, so... man, you get more hammer soldiers coming after us now. That's not ideal. All my henchmen are knocked out, so it's not like they can do much for us. Well, but hey, we do have some stuff we can go... we can do some research on. That's great. This one... what is this called? The Crown Jewels... Just need to use the environmental chamber. Now, what I get from here is actually kind of useful. It's a gold enhancer. And so, like this thing here is a watch. It's called the stock market watchdog. It actually reduces the time that it takes for money to come in from the world. The gold enhancer actually boosts the amount of money we're stealing. So that's actually a very useful thing to have. But you have to be high enough to actually find it. Which I'm a little annoyed about the scientist. We worked so hard and lost a lot of minions for it. And he just died. It's like, alright, well, this is not ideal to be sure. And make sure all those doors are open correctly. Not a big fan, number one. Let's make sure that guy's weakened there. There's a lot of soldiers snooping around, and I don't really like that. However, the agent or the hammer guys, there's only 4 of them, and that's only, I think they were only soldiers, correct? Or were they veterans? No, they're soldiers. So it's while they're good soldiers, they're less than the veterans that we have over here. But those are also poor veterans, not expert veterans. Those guys pretty much are like just Rambo on steroids, which is not ideal for us. You know what? While I'm sitting here kind of waiting, let me go ahead and click. The game is going to pause here just for a second here. Let me scroll over to here. And let me go check and see. Let me go see where the other scientists are. Because while I do love just sending scientists out in the world to get them killed, I do want to kind of speed this up a little bit to try to figure out where in the world these guys are at. I believe this is the one I was using. Maybe not. Because even while I've played this game a lot, I do every once in a while need to run through here and just kind of double check and see where everything's at. Master Hodge saw it. Master Machinations. This is where it's at. Maybe not. I heard it. The Road to Doomsday. Maybe not. Sometimes these guides are really good. Sometimes they're just crap. Here's the one I was using. So actually, the Evil Genius 2 website actually has the walkthrough for Evil Genius 1. Why? Not really sure, but they do. Shoot, a mission guide. Maybe this is second island. There we go. I had this first island up there. This is actually our second island we've been working on. So the Codex, alright, so this task will also require some plotting. The mercenary scientists can be found in the following regions. I'm going to pull this aside so I can see where I can go. And I also can see the chat. So if you guys want to chat, you're more than welcome to chat up in there, and you guys can talk to me as well. And if I can, I'll try to respond. Let's see here. Let me tab out. Let me just double check something really quick here. That should be good. I just want to make sure my audio or my volume and everything was still good. Because I've had it happen. If you've been here, there's a couple streams that I had that for some reason the audio was just muted for like an hour. And trust me, I was a little upset with that one. I had to do some cut and edits and all that. And wasn't ideal. I'm put those guys in hiding because we have some agents on them. So, where we can go? Well, we can go to Antarctica, Southeast Asia, Siberia, South Africa, or the East Coast. I want to kind of avoid this section and this section. Let's make sure also the base is still okay. It's not dead. These guys. Oh, they're the veterans. All right, we're walking around. All right. What do we got over here? All right, I don't know what happened over here. But a lot of people are dead. And there's some more guys are knocked out. Oh, that's not good. Oh, hold on here. Nope, I'm going to look at our minions, please. All right, he's still up. He's lost a life. He's got all his lives. He's lost a life, but I didn't think that was the same. So he might have lost a life. So if you see here, I'm kind of going through all my minions here. They actually have 3 lives. So the only way they can lose a life is if a super agent actually kills or knocks them out. They get 3 of them, and then they're dead. That's kind of the problem. It looks like one of them was almost knocked out and killed. I don't know. I gotta research. I'm like, I don't know what to hit. I go to the laser. All right. Patriot agents here. Let's go ahead and just get rid of them. There it is, the gold enhancer. I don't know how many of these you can actually have. I know you can have, they're 100 grand a piece. Holy cow. I will have to wait a little bit on those, but if I'm not mistaken, each one of them does like 15 or 20%. You can have like 2 or 3 of them. One of our scientists got pushed around a little bit. Oh well. All right, it's not too bad. So we need to send some scientists out into the world to actually find these last guys. And I think we can go here. I think that's where we're going to go for this one because we're not really doing much here. The acts of infamy we can do here are there's 1, maybe 2 of them we can do, and like that doesn't really help us any. So I think right here, I think we'll go here to get the scientists. We can start doing some more acts of infamy in this region here, especially over here. We want to steal both of those because why not, you know? There might be some more here in North America we want to do. As you can see here, kind of how much complete we are. I think my head's actually covering most of it up. But some of these areas, we've got about half complete already, so it's actually pretty good. I don't think we've got any of them completely done. The Middle East, we've done a lot in, because reasons. Wow. Central Russia has got a lot of them done already. Eastern Bloc, I don't have anything done. Europe, we're not too bad on. Siberia, we're doing pretty good on. North China, not much there. Japan, we're about half done. And Australia, we're doing pretty good on too. So, oh boy, she's fighting my social minions. That's never a good thing. Because they're not doing any damage to her. That's the problem. That is the big issue with that. How is our hotel and stuff like that doing? Well, it looks like it's there, but nobody's there staying there, I should say. Let's see here. We can run. We get Jubei. There we go. Get him over here. And then he should be able to take care of that guy, no problem. Then that is one less group we have to worry about then. I'm still transporting guys out here to try to find that scientist. We are stealing again over here. We're only getting about $6 grand though, so it's not ideal. But, you know, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. What else are we doing here? So how is she doing? She's actually got something of ours. Not a big fan of that. Somehow the Playboy, of all things, is actually doing some damage to her, which is kind of funny, but, you know, it happens. We haven't got, unfortunately, we haven't actually got the objectives to actually take them out. And so what it is, I don't remember what you need exactly. I know how it all happens. The next one we'd have to defeat would be Jet Chan. And I know that one you have to go find his old, like, karate master. You have to go, it's interesting. You know, what you have to do. There's the crown jewels. We got that in our, right next to our tennis tables, you know, because that's exactly what you do with the crown jewels. Because why not? Oh crap, I unlocked the pinball machine. Score. We gotta have one of those in our base. You know what? We will get rid of a drinks cabinet. And we'll put a pinball machine there. Right next to the Eiffel Tower, you know, normal stuff. You know, even though the butcher can do anything. Like, I know the butcher can do stuff, like actually kill her. Well, knock her out. While she's getting her shoe shine, she's actually getting hit in the back with 2 butcher's axe or butcher knives. So it's kind of nice. I think she might be glitched there because she should actually be doing damage to us, but she's not. Yeah, it looks like she just stole money, so that's not like it's a huge deal. But still. Oh, hold on. Somebody's going into the brainwashing machine. This is actually something I forgot about. And what I mean by brainwashing, literally they suck their brain out, put it in a like a tumble washer, scrub it up a little bit, make sure they're all taken care of, and they'll pop it back in. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this also gains their loyalty back too, and their smarts. It actually does both at the same time. Loyalty is kind of a hard thing to come by sometimes, but you know, it's usually good stuff to keep up. So there is that. The agent trying to break in here. Right. Oh crap, we had some people, we sent those guys into hiding. Haven't found this one yet. I'm a little surprised, but we'll figure it out. Because after we get this mission done, we get the scientist in here to figure out what to do with the codex. We actually can then decide how we want the world to end. And you know, you don't get to do that every day. However, that's what we're going to do. Let me actually send about 5 more guys out here. So we can have enough people out there stealing. What's this one? Popstar Frasca. Huh. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this one. So, for some reason, it seems like on the East Coast, there's always ones that are like, you know, we always are doing evil. Let's do something good. For this one is, the Orsons are America's newest pop sensation, a wholesome quartet of siblings specializing in slushy ballads and sickly sweetened harmonizing. A startling number of people actually find these warblers lovable and talented rather than obnoxious and irritating. As hard as that is to believe. Take advantage of this inexplicable popularity and send a squad of minions to navigate their way through the backstage security and onto the stage where the Orsons are currently performing to enact a very public execution. Well, everyone has to take a break from being evil now and again. Good Lord, that is maniacal and is hilarious. And that's something we might need to do. That might be kind of fun. A bit dastardly, to be sure. Oh crap, we got people over here, so let's hide them. We found an act of infamy before we found the scientist. Oh, is this where we actually like neuter the panda? Which is number one, that's a weird mission. But Chi-Chi is the pride of China and the only male panda in captivity with the ability and inclination to actually breed. Father of innumerable infants, Chi-Chi is prolific amongst the notorious reluctant female pandas and almost single-handedly responsible for keeping the panda population at an all-time high. Anvil has gained much recognition for preventing numerous kidnap attempts on Chi-Chi, but our plan doesn't require moving him, so we have a fighting chance. Let's see if we can let's see them show their faces after they find out Chi-Chi has been neutered. Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one too, but you know, it's Evil Genius. That's what this game's about. Just really weird missions like that. Just double checking the base, make sure there's nobody in here that we don't want. All right, Katarina Frostover just blew herself up. All right, well, awesome. Go ahead and order a new. Of course, she almost set off the trap, but didn't. Fun. Hopefully, now that she got detected on our cameras, she will hopefully get not knocked out, but lose the smart stats, and hopefully we won't have to worry about that much anymore. Or hopefully she'll leave here soon. That's kind of the hopefully the goal. Guys are still hiding. We're still trying to get guys. Oh, we actually got all of our guys out here. So we're back to selling about $12,000 every about 48 seconds. I forgot, because of the stock market watchdog, we actually do have that down to less than a minute. Jet Chain, can you leave, please? We're trying to find a scientist. That's Katarina still. That's not ideal. We might have to reset up our trap here, because unfortunately it looks like she kind of had the way with the trap. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that should be it. She kind of had her way with the trap there, which is not ideal. Yep, let's go ahead and kill her. Jubei, she is over here, please. There we go. Hopefully that kind of distracted her a little bit, so at least we can take her out. There we go. It's actually not a bad idea to do that. Distract her with that and then hit her with something hard. Seems a bit comical, to be sure, but, you know, I think that'll work. Hotel, still pretty empty, but, you know, not ideal, to be sure, but, All right, what do we got out here? He's still there. Why are you still there? That's a little annoying, to be sure. I've also made that mistake too, where I thought he wasn't there because there's two islands like right close. Like there's one here, one here that are really close to each other, which he could be on either one. And I'm like, oh yeah, you guys are good, and then all of them die. I'm like, well, that sucks, but it happens. I need to really get some more minions in here, so let's do that next. At least double the construction worker population, and hopefully then we can get some more training done. That's what I'm. All right, cool. He's moved. Finally, he's moved. I can't wait till we can take out Jet Chan, which I'm really surprised we haven't gotten to that point yet. We might. It might just be that we haven't gotten close or far enough into the game. Like the Road to Doomsday was Mariana Mamba. The next one, which is called Global Chaos, we might be able to take out Jet Chan. So we'll see. But we are almost out of money, which is not ideal, to be sure. We're still stealing enough money. Okay, I think we'll be okay there, but nothing's popped up there yet, and that kind of bugs me a little bit. If we don't see him pop up in the next minute or two, I'll go ahead. Oh, you've got to be kidding me here. Come on, let me do that. There we go. That's not what I'm clicking on there. There we go. Alright, so his willpower drain's coming back, but yeah, it seemed like it's, I don't know if it's bugged like that or it's supposed to be like that, where you can actually just distract a enemy agent with that. Which, I mean, technically makes some sense that you can do that, but hey. Maybe that's just me thinking that. Hold on, can I do this now? If I switch her to psychological weakening, will she be carried out of the base? That would be absolutely amazing. Aha! There's a mercenary scientist. So an eminent scientist at a laboratory in Hong Kong has recently voiced his unhappiness at the way his research plans are being meddled with. Although the laboratory... Ooh, Jet Chan's back. Well, I'm just going to move my scientist. We're going to try somewhere else. If he keeps popping up, we're not going to be able to steal that guy anyways. So let's go down here where we know Mariana Mamba is no more. But I want to continue reading this. Although the laboratory is officially under British control, or British colonial rule, Anvil has taken the strongest interest and is imposing its authoritarian rule on the scientist's research. Release the scientist from his clutches of Anvil by offering him the chance to help decipher the codex. This is actually before... I think this... Wasn't this before... I could be wrong about this, but was this before Hong Kong was actually handed over to China again? I could be wrong about that. But that would be kind of interesting if that was true, because you can see how old this game is. Because I know right now, like, Hong Kong is owned, or technically under Chinese control, but it was under British control for the longest time. It's actually a really interesting story. If you ever get a chance to look into that, there actually is a video as well, where it was the shortest lasting country in the world, because if, number one, international law is weird. I don't know much about it, but how it kind of works is it was something like the Chinese could not take a direct control from the British because it could be seen as an act of war. Something like that. So what they did is that British pretty much gave the city of Hong Kong or the area of Hong Kong to like a republic, and it became the Republic of Hong Kong for like 4 minutes, and then it was handed over to China again. I'm like, it's weird. There's a really interesting video on how all that worked. If you're interested in stuff like that, it's an interesting video to be sure. There's the this is the one we need to go probably steal. So In an isolated research station on the Larsen ice shelf, a lone scientist toils away, analyzing an interminable series of ice cores. The boredom is slowly driving him to a breaking point, so it should be possible to persuade him to abandon his current research and turn his analytical skills to the Codex. Let's go ahead and get him out of Antarctica, because we could use him. We need 2 valets, 2 spin doctors. And we only have 1 valet. What the heck? We're training 4 right now, so you can give you an idea of how bad we are off on valets. And we got more people in the base. Alright, Eli, can you not, please? I think Eli's about to lose another life. That's not ideal.
Right on. Here comes your daddy.
And can you not do that, please? Where's that guy? Can you actually do a willpower drain? Actually, looks like they pretty much got her captured, so that's not like the worst thing in the world. So I'm okay with that. So I really don't want to lose the. If you lose your henchman, that kind of sucks. To be honest with you. All right, I think do we have enough valets now? We might have enough valets. Let me take a look here. I think we only needed 2, so kind of makes sense. So I need 2 workers, 2 spin doctors, 2 valets, 5 workers. Probably need 4 scientists. I'll send let's not send a diplomat because we only have 2. Send a playboy out there. Send a couple mercenaries out there. That should pretty well take care of what we need here. Send this guy. Let's make sure. Let's get the willpower drain going over here. Where is he at? So I just saw that henchman. I don't know where he went, but he's right there. He's good. So I don't think we've ever actually completed this. I don't know exactly what this does. And he's doing it through a door, so that's pretty interesting. The kind of loyalty in like half. The problem is with agents like this. It just pops right back to 100% because for some reason that's how all super agents are. They are super loyal for some reason. But that is okay. We're going to go steal... Oh, we got a guy up here all hiding. We are going to go steal that... One of our valets got caught in the trap there. Can we psychologically weaken that guy? We need him at the casino. Let's get one of these gold enhancers going. So we could use that. There we go. We've knocked her out. Well, knocked her out. She pretty much lost her mind, essentially what it is. Just for a little bit. And then we will take her outside and we'll drop her off like nothing ever happened. So while I wanted to try to get this codex sorted out this episode, I don't think, well, hopefully we'll at least get that done. Kind of what I want to do the rest of the stream, I want to try to get the codex analyzed, and I want to try to actually start doing, I actually want to decide, I want to kind of decide on what we're going to do. There's 3 of them that we can do, and I'll just kind of read them off here. There's the ID Eliminator, there is the Earthquake Beam, and then there's the Gravity Disruptor. What all 3 of those do, I'll let you kind of figure that out. We also, don't remember which one this, I think maybe the laser. That one I don't have the research guide up anymore because I didn't think I needed it anymore. But, so each one of those things does something different. The ID Eliminator, which is a really odd one, this is the one I did last time, I was kind of curious. It erased everybody's identity. And what I mean by that is it was like a space laser that shot people and like rearranged their DNA so they became minions. A really weird one. Everybody became like a construction worker, which is the funniest thing. The Earthquake Beam, the Gravity Disruptor, is a little more... I go back stealing here. Is a little more self-explanatory. And we're going to do one of those, because that seemed actually kind of fun. Probably, I'm thinking maybe the Earthquake Beam. Not too sure about that, but I think maybe that's what we're going to go for. We can make that decision here shortly, as to when. It might be a little bit longer. Hopefully that is. Still, our hotel sits pretty well silent. It's not ideal. Should be people winning some big jackpots and things like that, but no. We're just standing around, waiting for guests. And once a couple of guests get in there, they actually attract more of them. So it is kind of nice. But speaking of which, we are ready for this mission here. Let's go ahead. Heat's down. Risk is still the same. Let's hit it. Well, hopefully that'll get us to 335 notoriety. That'd be pretty lucrative, or pretty crazy, to be honest with you. But I think pretty... my voice is starting to go a little bit. Just because it's getting towards the end of the stream. We got about 40 minutes left. It's nothing too crazy here. I usually do try to wrap up a little bit early. With today, I think if we can find some people, we're going to try to raid somebody as well. I think this will be a great thing to do. Oh, looks like all the soldiers ran. Oh, well, no, they're right there. So, never mind. They are going to be right at our doorsteps here momentarily. But what I try to do is, if there's anybody else streaming Evil Genius, I will actually raid them as well. But kind of something I've been doing more recently than not. Because I think it's kind of fun. It's something that, especially when I started doing stuff like this, when I would get raided by like 3 people, it felt amazing because like I would almost double the viewership I had. And so it's a neat thing. And Colonel Blackheart and oh boy, that's not good. For some reason, both of them got caught in that trap. I mean, they'll be okay. They're just getting knocked out. Oh, Colonel Blackheart did the butcher. It's just totally fine. It's actually pretty funny. Ooh, let's hide those guys again. How are we doing over here? We got 9 seconds left. Hopefully we can figure out where the scientist pops up at. I was a little annoyed the last time this happened. There we go. And let's send the 2 mercenaries up here just to kind of help replenish. They'll get it back up to 9. Where is this mercenary scientist at? Let me get this guy over here. And figure out where this guy's going to pop up at. Because essentially what I want to do is... Oh, there's Jet Chan. I didn't know Jet Chan was here. Alright, well. Why was I not told a super agent was on the island? Happens. But I can find the mercenary scientist before... There he is. Okay. We're going to have Jubei escort him back to the base. There he is. I'm going to watch this guy like a hawk because I don't want to do that again. It's like, does Smash even... Here's my thing. So he was by himself on Antarctica. How would Smash know that he's gone? Without actually sending somebody else down there. I guess they have like a radio communications. You know, they would kind of know what's going on there, but still... Alright, well, he's fine. There's some more, brightly, Oh, okay, so TV studio did... That was the wrong item for the TV studio, but alright. It looks like I finally got that guy on the base, so that is good. I mean, there's just brightly colored tourists. They all come from different places, so, you know. It looks like I might have got the scientist in the base this time, so that is always a good thing. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'll have to defend this guy again. Alright, let's see if I can run all these guys down here before that scientist gets there. I think we made it, or he's made it this time, but so I gotta find where these assassins come up at, because I mean they have popped up once before, in on the first island. You actually will see if you actually go back and watch it all, but I can also kind of explain it a little bit here. There actually is a couple assassins that pop up. Aha! I would say those guys. Oh, those are soldiers, aren't they? Oh yeah, they are. All right. Well, that might be actually them, because that it's a smash soldier, so it kind of makes sense. What the problem is that, or what kind of pops up is that you've got to be kidding me. Your evil genius, you actually create a clone of your evil genius, and if an assassin kills them, then you actually get a lot of heat reduction. So that is actually kind of useful. So the assassins do show up another time. I didn't think that, I thought they were a different like character per se. Come on, game, there we go. But it doesn't look like they are. I think it's just maybe the soldiers that are come up to try to kill the scientist. But by the time they get to him now, he's going to be well and truly done with researching this. So the only problem is he only has enough stats to really do that once or get 20% done. Then he has to go off and do something. So I remember this did take a little bit, but he should be able to. He should be okay. But we shall see here momentarily. I'm also looking to see if, like, besides these soldiers, if more people show up. If like a single person like pops up to smash thief, so it's not like it's him. A lot of smash agents around, which kind of makes sense. We're stealing from them, or we were stealing from them, and now we're not. But you know, fair enough. Still waiting on this gold enhancement machine. We should have gotten it by now, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they were just getting killed out here. That could be true, but let's see what other thing is. I think I'm gonna have to move my guys off of here. I don't know yet. I mean, we had some issues with Jet Chain, but he's on the island right now, so it wouldn't be the worst idea to get all these guys over to this point. Just so that, because while Jet Chain's here, that means he can't be out in the world causing us trouble, so we can just go steal as much as we want over there. So we're actually at 40% now, so this goes up pretty quick, and shouldn't take us too much longer to get that done. You know, but also we gotta make sure that he doesn't escape either. And worse comes to worse. So essentially, once he's done analyzing the codex, he will try to escape because he's like, "Oh crap! I'm helping an evil genius." Makes some sense. Here's the problem though. We just if you kill him, great. If you don't, it's just a heat increase. So it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but you know, still. Look at that. We got some we've got some tourists over here now, which we don't have any social minions working now, but alright. We don't have any social minions to really take care of that, but oh well. We have a few coming over. It's not terrible. But we do need to get some more minions here in a second. So let's go and just snag a few up while we have some cash. we go. Get a bunch of construction workers so we can train them to be our valets and stuff like that. And it looks like we got a couple people working the bar and stuff like that, so nothing too crazy. Hopefully we might be able to get some money off of that. That'd actually be rather useful. So who do we got here? Smash soldiers, so that's just who we thought they were. How much? We're up to 80% now, so he's got one more kind of round to go, and once we do that, essentially we're just going to execute him. Not typically what I would do, but hey, you know, he helps us and we execute him. Pretty nice. I'll probably just have Eli stay here and just like, hey, when he's done, just back the head, one shot, you'll be fine. So yeah, seems like things are going rather well. Nothing too crazy going on. I don't want to kill these agents, but they're in. Like, well, they're starting to get in my base. They're. You know what? Let's see here. Maybe we can psychologically weaken them. Maybe we can start doing some other stuff to them. No, they were playing some Baccarat. I can never remember what game this is. It's not great, but yeah, they were playing some Baccarat. So hopefully, more tourists will start coming into here, and we can start making some more money. You know, I've seen Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. I know how much money casinos make, and so I mean, I don't see why we can't. You know, we have to have a fight night though. Usually, when we keep a lot of money in there. Alrighty, looks like actually all my minions have dispersed. But there he goes, and so now if you see here, he's got the change of heart, and so now he's going to try to run. That is okay, because guess what? Boosh. He's got a samurai to deal with now. I know there's a lot of people in his way to get out, unless he goes that way, which is not ideal to be sure. There it goes. One dead scientist, nothing too crazy. So he should be, once he disappears there we go. So now nobody knows what we're actually doing. So this is actually fun. So next part, we have to research one of the devices to take over the world. And I think we are going to go with the earthquake beam. So we have to use the codex and the environmental chamber. So we go over here to our research thing. With the codex and knowledge, we go to the environmental chamber and we hit go. So you get to figure out what we have to do there. But hey, it does happen. Let's kill that guy because he's in our base way too deep. Let's go ahead and just get rid of him. Anything going on over here? Not really. All right, well, I just kind of want to see it happen. You know, like have it like fully functional, have them out fun. You know, but hey, it's whatever. Jet chains back out into the world, so is Dirk Masterson. I don't see Katarina. Oh, there she is. So right now we don't have any super agents on the island. That's usually the best point. And so we've got a couple of things we wanted to get done this stream already. So that is good. There's a monkey. Why a monkey? Not really sure. We got some Patriot thieves coming around, so that's no big deal. Looks like the soldiers are still snooping around, but we've already killed the guy. Oh, they're leaving. So we don't have to worry about them anymore, so that's nice. This will actually be destroyed here in a second once we get this research done, because, number one, it's got a lot of knowledge in it. If we let somebody else get that, how would we be the smartest people in the world? I mean, come on, that's common sense here, people. That, I think, they do it for some other reason, and I don't remember what it is. As you can see, the research is almost done on the, it, so we should hopefully figure out the results here. Well, we'll have our results here soon. And in that case, we actually have to start working in here. Now, this is a empty magma chamber that the volcano, for some reason, is drained. And yes, we actually are inside a volcano. If you zoom out a little bit, yeah, you really can't see it, can you? If you go back and look at the cutscene where they're going to the new island, you actually can see them going to the new volcano island. But once we get this research done, we can actually start working in here. Now, what are we doing in here, you may ask? Well, what do we still need to get our Doomsday planets out into the world? We need a rocket. So this actually becomes our rocket chamber. And this actually gets pretty... Oh, crap. We lost 7 people. Holy cow. All right. Hide them. Didn't mean it. Once again, if I don't pay attention, it does happen. That'll get us up to 10 there. We'll send 2 of each out there. Just so that we can keep... hopefully keep the heat down on us. But it does happen. That's a lot of people left. So there we go. Rocket Silo Foundation and the hangar. So now we gotta build the rocket cavern. It's actually not the cheapest thing in the world to build, but oh, did my game just freeze? Oh. Whew. Yep, so the codex has been destroyed automatically, as a precaution, of course. As you can see here, we are transforming this chamber. We got some nice tarps up. We don't want to get too much dust on the base, you know. But this is where kind of more some base planning comes into play here. We've got 2 entrances here, 2 here, well, possibly 2 here, 2 here. Then I think we can put 1 here, and there's 2 over here, possibly. I don't remember exactly where the entrances are at. But, oh crap! What's being stolen? Oh crap! The crown jewels have been stolen. Well, we already did it once. Why would we let them steal them back? I mean, it's kind of silly. And we got what we wanted out of them, which is this. So if you look here, hold on. So we got some agents out after us right now, so we can't really show what this thing does, but you know, it's something. They are still building there. This might take a little while to actually get that completed. But we're going to get done before I wrap up the stream here, because I think this is the last thing. Let me double check here. Yes. Oh, access point in the cavern. There are points where are they? Okay. So, this actually wraps up the road to Doomsday, which I think would be a good point to wrap up. We'll do a couple other small things. Might run and do an Act of Infamy really quick, and we can take a look here. What do we got out here? A destroyed diamond mine, not a bad one. Gets us some 10 notoriety, get us up to there. Do they have a 15 one? Ooh, they do. That would take quite a few people, and I don't know if we even have the valets to do that. Oh, we do, actually, for once. It takes 4 diplomats, though. That's a lot of... Especially with the higher-end minions, I'm always a little wary about stealing them. But speaking of stealing, we could do that. We could very easily do that one. And then we can actually get the cannon that I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Might not be a bad way to wrap it up. So let's try to get this done first. We get our team back out stealing again. But as you can see here, the same team that was stealing $10,000 before is now stealing $14,000. So it's actually not terrible. So let's actually go and steal this cannon, because I am waiting for it. So I need 3 scientists. I need 3 mercenaries, which I only have 3, so that's not ideal, but alright. Well, 3 available, I should say. You know what? Hey, that means our rocket silo is done. We'll take 3 mercenaries from the other place, so that'll work out just fine here. We need 8 workers, and we only have 4. Awesome. All right, hold on. Let me get some workers real quick. 14 and 15. There we go. Now I've got plenty of workers. Just go steal this cannon. I need 8 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I got my scientists, got my mercenaries. I might have to pull a couple mercenaries, but I'll pull 1 more scientist there. And now we'll need something to kind of help cover the heat. Let's actually send one of each, and we'll send maybe another. There we go. All right, objective. So global chaos. So this one we have to build a rocket. It takes a variety of different resources, from the rocket fuel to titanium. These resources are rare and valuable and only can be available from a number of facilities dotted around the globe. Our agents in the field have located a number of these locations where we can obtain these sections, valuable resources. We must hijack them until we have the necessary components to build each section. Each section requires 5 crates, and I think each one of them is 5. 5. There's 5 sections. I think it takes 25. And so there's a couple things. The other 2 things is now that there actually is diplomats. There's 2 diplomats on our island from Saber and Smash. Trying to look, they're taking a vacation. Here's the thing. We actually, kind of help Doomsday. We're actually going to place some of our diplomats in around the world as our people. And there's actually the resource crates we were talking about. There's another one over here. I think there's one in China. I saw that one quite a bit, so I do remember that one. So, we'll have to, get enough ore and material so that we can build our rocket. But we haven't even showed the rocket layer. There it is. She's pretty. So there's places you can go in here. There's 2 in there. So that's a pretty good entrance to all this. But also, we don't have that one yet. Oh, what is going on? We should be able to defeat Jet Chan here soon. That's a little annoying, but all right. Maybe it's just telling us that, okay, there actually is more diplomats coming to the island. Ooh, hold on. What's this? Oh, Anvil soldiers. Not ideal, to be sure. Let's get them over here. So all these diplomats are starting to come to our island. We're going to have to capture them eventually. That'll probably be next stream, so probably next Wednesday. If you guys are wanting some more Evil Genius, it'll be next Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little promotion for myself there. It's always not the bad thing in the world. Yeah, so you can see here. There's more diplomats are taking refuge here. So we do need to capture them. I gotta find them first. They're just tourist. Tourist. Oh, great. All those soldiers are now in the base. Aha! Oh, don't kill him. Oh, that would have been bad. Alright, well. That would have been a... it would not have been a killing, it would have been an assassination. Should be able to rinse through those guys pretty quickly. But we just need to make sure they don't get out. That would be the best thing in the world. Our guys are now here. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I can't. Oh, because I don't have the mercenaries. I'm like, why can I go? That's because I don't have the right people. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should be relatively easy to get this cannon for my base. Because, who doesn't want an antique cannon for their evil base? I know, I do. I'm just saying, but... So, what can we do in here? Well, we can build hangars in here. Which really, the hangars don't... they really don't give us anything right now. Essentially, it allows us later on to actually build a catwalk, so we can actually launch our Doomsday device from, essentially. So right now, they're not anything useful. But, reasons. Have we got the Jet Chan thing yet? Ah, there it is. We finally got it. So, at great expense and risk, our operatives in China have discovered that Jet Chan learned everything he knows from his upbringing in the Kushan Monastery. As luck would have it, his actual mentor has retired from the monastic life and is now living in a shack in the plateau of the Tibet region. There should be a simple rather to kidnap him and persuade him to tell us all he knows about Jet Chan. So this one is a little more involved. We actually have to do a couple acts of infamy to actually figure out how to actually get rid of him. But I'm going to send 3 scientists. I'm going to have them in hiding right this second. But I am going to send a couple scientists over there. It's just to see if we can figure out where his, kind of the sensei is. I won't reveal what it is, because, you know, if you haven't played this game, if you really... Oh boy, I just saw the prompt there I didn't want to see. If you haven't played this game before, I won't spoil it for you. I'll let the game kind of reveal that for you. But it's interesting what you have to do for that one. I will just put it that way. Looks like I'm gonna rotate this. So it looks like we can't really. We'll put the. Well, looks like. Oh, where can we put this? I'll put it right there. How about that? Don't have any ambassadors in here yet. There's one in the base. I don't know how he got there, but all right. Some Patriot veterans. That's not our deal, but all right. Oh yeah. So this is what I was concerned about. So our last super agent has showed up. That is John Steele. That is the James Bond of this world. Not ideal for us, to be honest. You know, it's just not an ideal situation for that. But we actually can put like a small hangar here, and I probably will. That will allow us to, essentially it doesn't do anything right now, but that will allow us to put like a launch button and things like that on there, so. Ooh, a new objective has come up. I think that all 5 of them send a diplomat, so. Kind of makes some sense here. With all these people swooping around, I'm not a huge fan of what's going on, but that's what we've got so far. Got some more people jetpack. More veterans. Why the veterans? We did capture one of the diplomats already, so that is a good thing to see. Anything else going on here? I'm seeing if I can spot any more diplomats. Which as of right now, I don't see any more, but that might just be because we haven't captured any of them yet. Or captured one yet, and then they'll send another one. Things like that. There's another one, though. Let's capture him. But guys, it is about 3:40 my time. We're at a really good stopping point. I think we're called a little bit early. So we'll go ahead and exit out of the game here. And we will hit stream playthrough. Hit save there. Because really, right now, we're going to the point where we have to start stealing a lot of stuff and going out into the world and things like that. But we got our rocket chamber set up. We got that last act of infamy, stealing that cannon that we talked about this entire time. We finally got it and stole it and everything like that. So let me switch over to the main camera here, guys. Well, guys, thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you guys are new here and actually, you know, if you haven't already followed, it's the best way to keep up with what I do. According to my schedule, I do stream 2 times a week, every Wednesday and Friday, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are curious about more content of mine, the easiest way, or the best way to find it, is actually the link below to my YouTube channel. All the streams I ever do are actually archived on there. I think there's 100, there's well over 100 now. I think we're close to 110 streams that are on there in their full length. So if you guys are curious on there, there is plenty of content for you to go watch. If you want to actually watch the original Evil Genius stream, playthrough I should say, there's, I don't know how many streams there are, but they are actually about a year old now, so it is pretty nice. Well, I think that's my whole spiel. But what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to see what I like to do. You can actually, if you are on Twitch a lot, I do the, what they call rating is a thing. But here's the thing, I didn't really do it for myself or anything like that, just because I'm like, I usually don't have too many people that watch me anyways, but anyways, I'm wanting to go and, go over to the Evil Genius right now and see how many people stream. So we actually have 3 people streaming it right now. So I'm going to pick one of them. Oscar Bravo Romeo. Looks like we are going to raid him today. So guys, I am done here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you guys over to them. So I'm going to hit /raid Oscar Bravo Romeo. And I'll hit go there. So we'll send you guys over there. Have a great day, guys. I hope to see you guys here on Wednesday. Stay safe over the weekend. Have a great weekend. And I will see you guys back here on Monday. Or, sorry, Wednesday. But for now, guys, I'll see you later.